he has to go and make sure that all of his men die first.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
if they don't kill him, he needs to kill them.
Yeah, true.
It's kind of his way. He's just going around the compound like that, killing all his own men, even the ones that are still fighting the police. The police are having a gunfight, and he's just stood at the back, killing his own men. Oh, I don't think you're going to make it. Boom. And welcome back, guys, to another episode of Six and Below. This week, we're journeying around Los Angeles with the Samurai Cop. I'm Erik. This is Darren.
Welcome in to Six and Below Movie Podcast.
Cue the intro.
Where do we start with this?
Mate, my God. Who the fuck made this?
Well, you could tell us that. Look,
I can. But oh my God, this is gonna be one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. Yeah,
one of the best.
somehow good-ish.
Very good.
It's weird. It
Yes.
kind of pulls you in.
Yeah, it really does. It is that odd. It is good. If you've never seen this before, I'm not going to give it away because we'll let everybody know later. But I wouldn't see it.
It's available on YouTube. Search Samurai Cop. You don't even have to pay for it, and just watch it, and you'll get a laugh out of it.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be a comedy in the slightest,
It's not.
but oh my God, it's probably one of the funniest films I've
And-
seen in a while.
Normally, right, when you watch films and they do a bit of dubbed, it'll be different people dubbing the voices for that certain actor. This one, it's like one or two people dubbing about 15 different people.
Mate, everything is fucked on it. It's like they thought to themselves, oh, in animated films and stuff like that, they sometimes have the same person doing different voices. But the thing they forgot is that the people doing different voices
Change.
do different voices. Oh my God. But this has got to be, yeah.
And the colouring. When they do the headshots, literally it'll be bright white sky behind them. And then when it does a headshot, it'll be like dirty green and purple. You're like,
The lighting, the sound, the editing, the acting, the dubbing, the costume continuity, the
Yep.
set continuity, name anything to do with the film, this did it badly. Badly. I mean, this is the 90s equivalent of someone making a film on their iPhone with zero budget.
no, a Nokia.
A Nokia. Yeah, a Nokia. With 3 Nokias, all with different settings and different pixels and different filters. I mean, have you ever seen a film in the same scene, switch camera, and the colour completely changes?
Have you ever seen a film where in the same scene, the background location completely changes?
I have now.
Right, okay.
Oh,
Let's get
Jesus.
straight into the clip quiz anyway.
Yes.
Okay,
Go on.
clip quiz. If you think you know what this is, let us know down below in the comments. Don't cheat because we'll let you know at the end.
Yeah. I'd love to know what you've got for this one because I couldn't recognise any of these people and I don't know what actor you've got. So
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to get this, but go on.
So it stars one of the actors from this film in a different film.
Yeah. You've got to try and guess the film.
Old undercover cop has to go it alone.
I'm not going with you.
So what are you gonna do? You gonna ride off into the sunset?
I'll go where I'm needed.
He's a mouth
I don't have a
breather.
home anymore.
Oh, my.
We did it, partner. We took them all down, including that son of a bitch who killed Jennifer. Take care, my brother. Don't be
I
a
know what this
stranger.
is. I think I know what it might be.
Let me know later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll hold on to that one.
Should we get straight into the vitals?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, let's get straight into this bad boy. Released in 1991, runtime 1 hour and 36 minutes, IMDb rating 4.5.
Ow. Go on.
Metacritic. It's the first film couldn't find a Metacritic.
I'm not surprised.
It wasn't on IMDb, so I won't go and digging for it. Rotten Tomatoes critics, 0.
Nil?
Audience, 47.
47?
Yeah.
Hold on. Was American Ninja nil?
It was, yeah.
And did this have any reviews?
I think it might have. I'll double check in a minute. When you do.
American Ninja was like a 0, but it had like, what, 5 or 6 reviews, if I remember
Yeah,
right?
not a lot.
So,
I think this
no.
is similar.
Oh, my God.
Budget, what do you think it was?
Right. I know you told me not to look at it, and I didn't. So the reason all I've been thinking is you either told me because it's ridiculously a lot, or it's pretty much near 0. I'm gonna go with the latter and say that it was probably about $10.
$10.
If
Not too bad, actually.
go on, how
And
much?
to be fair, when you find out how low the actual budget is, I think they've done quite a good job considering it had a helicopter, had a speedboat, they blew a van up, they were flying around places, they had different locations. How many
Yeah.
actors were there?
There was quite a few actors, and obviously then you've got all the film crew as well.
Yeah.
And what have you? That
Yeah.
helicopter though was clearly just stock footage.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah. So, what do you reckon, rough guess?
1991. So it's gonna be low. So 100 grand.
100 grand?
Yeah.
I think you'd be fair for saying that.
Yeah.
7 grand.
7 grand.
$7,000.
7 grand.
I don't think they paid anybody.
To be fair, 7 grand in 1991 was probably about 1.2 million today.
Yeah.
So
Inflation.
7 fucking grand.
But however,
One.
this has made, right? Bear in mind, it's not the box office gross, it's what it's made, throughout
Yeah.
time. Because I'll go into a little bit more detail shortly after you do the director and stuff like that. I'll
Yeah,
go a
yeah,
bit more
no worries.
backstory about it, how it got so popular. But it's made 384 grand, which makes it one of the most successful profit-made films out there. Honestly, it's up there
Yeah.
with some of the most profitable films of all time. When you look at the budget,
When
for what it
yeah,
made,
Jesus Christ, that's a hell of a return.
7 grand to 384.
Not surprised he made a second one then.
Yes.
I only found that out today.
Did you?
Yeah. And I was like, what the? They made a second one?
Yes. Go on then. Directed, written, and stars.
So it was directed and written by the same chap, a guy from Iran called Amir Shevin.
Yep.
Shevin. He's not really done anything of note. I think the only other kind of film that he's kind of noted for on IMDb is a film called Hollywood Cop.
Yeah.
So kind of sticking with the similar theme, really. This one's samurai, he's Hollywood. Yeah, they're both in LA.
Yep.
Anyway, and then casting wise, we've got Robert Zidar as Yamashita.
Yep.
So he's the bad guy samurai, innit?
Yeah, the main one.
Yeah, and then we've got Matt Hannon as Joe Marshall.
Yep.
And we've got Janice Farley as Jennifer. We've got Mark Fraser as Frank Washington. Melissa Moore as Peggy. We've got Cameron, that's her stage name, Cameron, as she's listed as female henchwoman. I think if you're watching on YouTube, it's this ginger bird at the back. Gerald Okamura, whose name in this is Okamura.
Yeah.
You've got Dale Cummings as Captain Roma, and then finally you've got Cranston Kamuru as Fujiyama,
Right.
who's the boss.
Yeah.
Apparently. How did he become the boss?
I don't know.
Mate.
He goes around grunting.
Yeah. I want his head on my piano.
Ah.
Me.
Oh.
Well, yeah, so that's the main cast. There were quite a few others in there, but not going through that cast list.
Right. So
So I had a quick look. The
Yep.
only one of these people, other than like Joe Marshall and the Matt Hannon, who plays Joe, the
Yep.
samurai cop. I keep calling it samurai ninja, samurai cop, and the guy who plays Frank. They were in the second one of this, but couldn't see anything else really of note that he'd been in.
Mm.
And the only one who's kind of been in something of note,
Robert Dazar,
yeah, because he'd been in
Tango and Cash.
yeah. So he's in Tango and Cash. But other than that, none of these have really, like, for instance, the woman who plays Jennifer, this is her only credit.
Oh, right.
So this is the only film she's ever done. That's Janice Farley.
Right.
So yeah. But to be honest, the caliber of the acting, I'm not surprised. I don't think I would hire anyone from this film. I wouldn't even hire these people to play themselves for my kid's birthday party.
Yes. Let's be honest with you. If you was watching this
Yeah.
and you had no concept of what it was, you would think it was a low budget porn.
I honestly, as we went throughout this, I'm like, oh, he's had me. Darren's had me. I'm watching a porno here. There's a couple of scenes where like it starts to be like the start of a porno.
Oh yeah,
and you're like, my God. But to be fair, I've seen better acting in porn, and at least you get to watch a bird get fucked at the end of it.
true. You
But-
get a little bit of a reward, don't you?
It is. Think right. If you're out there and you've not seen this film and you've seen a porno, think of porn acting, right?
But with no action.
Yeah, that is this. In fact, porn. The old cliche of the plumber knocking on the door and all that shit, and the lonely housewife opening. Oh, do you want to come and service me pipes? That's better acting than this. Anyway,
Okay. Do you want me to go through some of the trivia and whatnot?
yeah, go for it. Tell us a bit about this film.
Right then. Okay. So, the guy who plays Joe thought they had finished all the filming. So what he done, he cut all his hair off. Because this here now in the picture behind us, that is his real hair. That's what it looks like. But however, after the finished filming, he thought he was done. But however, the director, 3 months later, rang up Matt and said, "Hi mate, can you come back and do some filming for us? Because we need to do quite a lot of different shots." Okay, came back, short back and sides haircut instead, cut all his hair off, and he's got to wear this dodgy wig.
Mate, I'm so sad that when I was doing the cast list that the wig didn't get a fucking mention.
Yeah,
The wig was just...
it's ridiculous.
It was. It's like they had just gone down to a pound shop, found a black wig, put it on his head and go, we need something else. Just put a hat on it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. But oh my God.
But because it's not shot in chronological order,
Yeah.
it's literally one scene wig, then his normal hair, and then all of a sudden it'd be a wig, then back to his normal hair, then a wig again.
It does make a nice game, and it would be a good drinking game is as soon as you spot the wig,
Yes.
take a shot.
Oh, we should have done that.
We should have.
Oh, we need to do it again because I will watch it again.
Yeah. Let us know down in the comments below. Do you want us to watch this film while filming it? And every time we see the wig, we take a shot.
Yeah,
And we'll
gotta
do a
Gotta
commentary
do.
along for the film as well
Yeah,
as we're doing
That's
it.
it. Just
That
hit a
might be a
like.
good shout.
Just hit a like on it on the video.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, all that shit. But yeah, let us know.
At number 47 minutes and 40 seconds,
Yeah.
in the mid-fight, the wig comes off a
Yes.
split second, then goes back on his head.
And it's dead obvious as well.
Really obvious. A lot of the shots were actually filmed in the director's office to try and save money. It's mainly the head shots when it cuts to the head.
That doesn't surprise me. Mate, how close were them headshots? Everyone got like a headshot where it's literally just like that.
It
In
was
the scene.
ridiculous.
And it's just,
Really weird, though, isn't it? Because there'd be mid-gunfight or a normal fight, and one of the guys would just go,
yeah, and it's just a headshot.
yeah, pointless. Due to the shortage of guns that were on set, they had to use the same guns in multiple scenes, including
Seriously?
when they were having a gunfight. So, for example, if me and Eric, literally this far away from each other, having a gunfight, what will be happening? I'll have the shotgun shooting at Eric, and then it'll cut to Eric using the same gun that I've been using to shoot at me. That's
know,
why the shots were the way they were.
Now you mention it, that Uzi turns up quite a few times.
Yeah. Oh, he couldn't even put that together, could he?
No. But fuck me. And his pretend grenade.
Another note I've put. This has got to be the most diverse Asian gang ever.
None of them were Asian. I put that in one of my notes later on. And
It's
I'm
a
like,
Japanese gang.
it's like literally like the Japanese Yakuza called the Katana gang. And one of them, other than the boss, one of them is actually Japanese or Asian.
Hey,
The
Eric.
rest of them are just
Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
What's katana mean?
Japanese sword.
Okay, some more about this as well. Okay, so the lead actor, Matt Hannon, who plays Joe Marshall, disappeared from the public eye for many years. All the fans thought he had died because he went
Right.
that much underneath the radar.
The director of this is dead, by the way. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he died in 2006.
It was actual shot just in 3 weeks.
Does not surprise me.
Yeah.
If you had said it was shot in an afternoon and then he brought him back for an afternoon to do his reshoots, I'd have believed you.
And then also, the sequel they've done for this
Yeah.
is in 2015.
That was 2015? I
Yeah.
didn't know it was that.
Yep. So this was 91. The sequel, because it became a cult classic that everybody loves, like the worst films that are out there.
Yeah, yeah.
they brought out a second one because that's when it started making money.
The sequel's got a lower score on IMDb, I know it is.
Was it?
3.5.
Quite-
You look like Frank then.
It's quite tempting, you know. It's quite tempting. And then going off what I was saying before, the original movie was considered a loss until it was found and released on DVD in 2014. So it went underneath the radar until 2014. That's when they made all the money. And then the director's gone, oh, wait a minute. Started making a bit of money here. Let's get the group back together.
Well, he died a couple of years before, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, did he not do a second?
No, 2006 he died.
Right.
Yeah.
I do believe as well that Matt Hannon fell out with the director during filming, and by the end of it, he couldn't wait to finish. And that's why when he's doing some of his scenes, he just looks fed up.
Most of his scenes, he looks bored.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I'll mention it as we go through the film, but yeah. I've got some general notes if you finish the trivia.
Yeah, go for it.
So, did you ever get the impression that this could be a Lethal Weapon spoof?
Yeah. Angry cop.
Yeah.
God, police chief.
Yeah.
One black detective, the other one white with a big fro.
Yeah. And knows a bit of karate.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So,
good point.
The other thing as well is, right, so is he only been transferred to this department and put on the Katana case because he speaks fluent Japanese, which I might add, he never speaks. And also, I might add, none of the gang are Japanese anyway, so none of them speak.
No.
So, do you think that's the only reason he was put on the case?
I do believe it, yeah, because it says later in here in my notes. I can't find it, I know, but I'll come across it when I come to it.
They all call him Samurai, but the only mention we get is that because he speaks Japanese.
But I believe he lived in Japan for a little bit. That's what I put my notes a little bit later on. I'll try and find
So he's
him.
basically Steven Seagal.
Yeah, so he lived in Japan for a little bit.
Yeah.
Learned the martial arts. He speaks fluent Japanese.
Allegedly.
He got trained by a samurai master.
Right.
And that is why they shipped him in from Japan to San Diego, the police department, and then borrowed him from there.
So they're giving him Steven Seagal's backstory, basically.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Right. So, well, yeah. So that answers that one. But everything. The other thing, did this film have a script? Because I don't know about you, but I got the impression that they just said to the actors, "This is the gist of the scene.
Yeah.
Sort it out among yourselves.
Yeah.
We'll be turning the cameras on in 2 minutes."
I think that.
Yeah.
I think it was like a wrestling match. This is what we want the outcome of each scene.
Yeah.
Improvise.
Basically, that's what it felt like. Either that, or there was a good couple of scenes, especially with the boss, where it clearly looks like he's reading from something inside of the camera. He's like, "Yes, I want the samurai ninja. I want him dead. Yes, please. I want him dead. Yes, dead. Dead. It says it there. I want him dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I want him dead. I want his head on my piano. Rrr, rrr."
What is it like? Yeah, he keeps saying.
I don't know, but he's the worst boss ever. He's that bad of a boss. He's that unbelievable as a boss that every time he walks in the room, we have to get a reminder that he's the boss.
Yeah.
Every time he walks in the room, it's like, "Here comes the boss." And it's like, "Oh, I forgot he's the boss," because no, we would have made a better boss. The guy with no fucking tash in the middle.
Oh, Okumura
Okumura or something.
Okumura,
yeah. He would have made a more believable boss, not the Japanese guy with the mullet.
Well, I would say Robert Zar was probably the boss, if anything.
Yeah.
He was acting on everything, wasn't he?
Well, yeah. Mate, he's got the worst case of constipation face in the world. His face is constantly like he's just trying to force the shit out.
You've got any more general notes?
Other than the scenes not cutting when they should, bad location continuity, the wig in big letters are put, bad lighting, audio is terrible, script ? Lethal Weapon spoof, and the bit about him being a samurai because he speaks Japanese.
Perfect.
So yeah, my general notes are over. The rest of it I'll mention during the talk of the film.
Oh yeah, we've got
so this part of the podcast we're going to talk through each scene of the film. And,
spoiler alert.
Yeah. Oh yeah, spoiler alert. We should maybe start saying that at the very beginning.
No, because I don't want people to click off too early.
Oh right, yeah.
We've got hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah. Woo! Well,
right. So the movie starts off with the opening credits and a really, really old like Atari soundtrack.
Oh my god. Them opening credits went on for a while as well.
Oh yeah, it's about 3.5 minutes.
I know.
But I felt like I was playing like an old Atari game, like the racing game.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah,
you
with
go
the
left
music,
and right.
yeah.
Oh, it's really bad. Really, really bad.
They made some bad choices of music in this though for some of the scenes. Like there's even some action scenes where it's like you casual porn music going on. It's like some guys there shooting and the music's like boom chicka boom boom chicka chicka boom. Yeah. And they're like that, going mad.
George Michael. People get their head cut off. All right, then.
Yeah.
So once we get past the credits, we have a meeting with Yamashita and Okirama discussing that they can make loads of money if the deals go through with the other gangs.
Yeah.
Then the boss rocks in with the worst mullet.
Oh my god.
What's that mullet like?
Oh, mate. Between that mullet and that guy, right? So with his
guard?
tash. No, the tash.
Oh. Did you not notice the guard who came in as well behind him?
No, I was tempted as well. Another drinking game is Spot the Mullet.
Yeah.
There was a lot of mullets in this. No, go on. What?
So his bodyguard who came in with him.
Yeah.
Did you notice that guy? He had like a little grey mullet, but his face looked like he was constipated. Like really, really bad. Really, really bad.
A lot of the cast in this though looked like they just walked onto set and were just like given a job.
Oh mate, the guy looked really weird. Looked like he was half cut.
Well, it looked like the main guy, like, so the scene kind of opens up once the credits finally end, and you've got like a bit of a close up of the Japanese guy and he's got half his tash in the middle there, just missing.
That's
like it's like a reverse Hitler.
That's the way they used to have it back in the day, or the Japanese.
Is it?
Yeah,
Was that all the rage? Yeah. But then he's talking, and I only realised what he was saying on the second watch because he's like, and I was like, what? And then on the second watch, he's like, yeah, I think we need to make friends with these guys. And the other guy's like, but you're not the boss. Like, okay, we'll let the boss go. Here comes the boss. And it's like, oh, hold on, this guy's the boss, Mr. Mullet,
Yeah.
Mr. Mullet Yakamoto. And it's like, what the hell? But this is where the boss, he's like that, he's squinting, and this is where he looks like he's reading from a cue card.
Oh yeah, definitely is. Definitely is, mate.
And then he basically mentions that he wants the Chinese gang leader dead.
Yeah. But again, as you mentioned, the gingerbird, all she actually says for the first 15 minutes, it's 2 lines.
Yeah.
And both of the times is, here comes the boss.
Here comes the boss. Why was she in the film? I don't get what she was there to do other than she has one like part in it really later on.
Yeah, she's like the henchman.
Yeah, but she's shit, basically. Because how she dies later on, which we'll come to, is just ridiculous. But and then we get a shot of them, don't they, walking through Chinatown?
That's the guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see. Is he wearing double denim later on, like a denim jacket and a denim jeans?
I don't think so, no. But he looks like someone from Spitting Image, doesn't he?
He does a bit, yeah. He
Looks
looks
really
like
weird.
a puppet. He does look like a literal puppet. Someone's got his hand in him. Like, he's not real. But they go for a meeting in Chinatown, and we meet like the old Chinese leader who's basically as old as dust.
Yeah, you missed one point.
One.
The fist bump.
Oh, boom. You can tell the besties.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then they have a meeting with the Chinese leader, and the woman just stands back. They've all got sunglasses on. He's supposed to be. Well, they're meeting with the Chinese, aren't they? And they're walking through Chinatown. So he's supposed to be Chinese, but that's a bit racist, that Darren. You can't tell.
I thought he was meeting the Japanese gang.
Oh, they are the Japanese gang.
That's what I thought. Because the boss legitimately looked Japanese. And so did the guy who's got like a really bad dubbed over the top of him.
Don't fucking know. But then
the little fight breaks out, doesn't it?
Yeah. Mate, that all I put here is that Indian/Mexican guy. I couldn't tell what ethnicity he was.
Yeah.
Just randomly, he's just there. It just cuts to him and he goes, oh shit, the camera's on me. Pulls out his gun and shoots.
It's like 4-second delay in his reactions.
Yeah. It's like the camera's on him and he's just like, boom.
But he probably like stands with his legs spread, doesn't it? Takes his time doing the shot.
That's when I thought, yeah, the action in this is going to be terrible.
Yeah.
But the thing that got to me was the woman stood back the whole time, just watching, just chilling, just being this cold-hearted bitch that she is. And then just before the scene cuts, the guy walks over and goes, the job is done. And it's like, yeah, she knows. She's literally there. She's been watching the whole thing as it's took place. She knows it's done.
Do you know one thing I noticed as well?
What?
I only noticed it tonight when I had a quick little flick through it. On that scene, Zadar turns around and says, like, the job's done, right?
Yeah.
And she looks at him, and they've dubbed it over, right? And he goes, "Good job."
Good
Literally, a little high-pitched, squeaky voice goes,
job.
"Good job."
Good job.
It's like, that is obviously not that woman.
Like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's really weird. I was like, what? Did I hear that right? Really, really weird, mate. So then Joe and Frank are introduced for the first time.
Yeah, we meet the wig, don't we? I mean, Joe. We meet Joe.
And they're off to try and catch a drug bus.
Yeah.
Some cocaine.
Did you get the impression, right, that so they leave the police station, they drive off, and then it cuts to like a street corner in LA.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks like they didn't have permission to film there because it's kind of filmed from the opposite side of the road.
Yeah.
And like they just pull over and get out, and you can't really see what's going on there, but it's obviously dubbed over the top of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's almost like you can just imagine some guy on the other side wearing a trench coat in that hot weather, trying to hide a camera.
It's definitely guerrilla
Yeah.
guerrilla
definitely.
filmed, isn't it? The way they've done it.
Yeah, and then they just but it's just like they didn't have permission, and he's go, "I'm gonna call the helicopter," and he goes, "Peggy, where are you?" And then in the most deadpan voice, she goes, "We are landing." Okay. Why does he have to stick his head out the window as he's on the mic as well?
Get better signal.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Get better signal.
Sticks his head out and Peggy, don't. We need you in the air. Can you follow a blue van somewhere? There was a drug bust. Some cocaine.
He goes like, "I'll give you directions." Fly to the marina?
It's like, wait a minute, mate. She's like 25 miles away, just landed in some random airfield. She's not in a fucking school field around the corner.
I know. Oh my god. But could the bad guys have picked a more obvious van to be able to follow? I mean, if you're going to go do like this, what I imagine is a massive like cocaine kind of deal,
Yeah.
why would you pick the most conspicuous van in the world that like is just so descriptive that you could, it's literally blue, it's got stripes down the side, it almost looks a bit like an A-Team van and all
It
stuff
is.
like that. You would pick the most boring car or boring van in the world.
Yeah.
Because even someone in a helicopter, as we see, knows to find it.
It looked like
In the middle of a
something from
city.
Airheads,
Yeah.
like a garage band, what they use.
Yeah. It was, yeah. But it was just, why would you even go in a van like that?
It's the cheapest one that could blow up, probably.
Probably.
It turns out the informant, what given the information, was one of the guys from the Chinese gang that they got fucked up in the alleyway.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
When did we learn that?
Guy said, Joe.
Oh.
He said, my informant is with that gang who got killed by Yamashita.
Ah.
Or
Yamashita.
one of his friends got killed by him anyway.
That cheesy as fuck banter between Joe and Peggy, though.
Oh my God, right. I've got some of this now, right?
Yeah.
So the dialogue between Peggy and our friend Joe
Yeah.
goes like so. Stay close to him. Okay, Joe, I will. Just keep it up. Oh, it's up and ready. You just keep it warm. Oh, it's ready and warm for you. That was literally it.
It was cringy as fuck, and then he gives like a cheeky little wink to Frank, and it's just
If you
like,
ever had a bird say to you it's wet and warm.
no.
No.
And I definitely won't be saying that over the radio to a work colleague.
No.
Either.
HR will be on the phone straight away.
Oh, it's up and ready. Keep it warm. Oh, it's warm and ready for you. And even the helicopter pilot's like looks at her and goes, "Oh yeah, you fucking slag."
Mate, she was a horn dog.
Oh, she was.
Even later on. I'll talk about it later
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
before I
yeah.
mention something else.
But yeah, and then there's no way that like obviously they're not flying in that chopper because
Oh, no.
it cuts to them and they're just kind of they're probably just sat in a car park somewhere in the shell of a homemade helicopter while the guy's pretending to fly.
What it reminded me of is when you go to the shops
Yeah.
and you have them little pound rides where the kids ride them.
That's what it was like. They're probably in the car park like that, just like
A little
Oh,
plastic
Jesus.
thing.
some little kid outside. Mummy, they've been on it for hours.
So now we're at
Oh.
the marina now, aren't we?
Yeah.
And the little drug traders happen between the guys on the boat. They come off, give it to the guys on a van, and then a little car chase happens, doesn't it? Where the footage is
Yeah.
sped up.
Well, I was going to say the exchange between the guys was just like if anyone was watching that, you'd know something dodgy going on. First of all, they come over in a little rental speedboat because he said rentals on the side of it. and then they're like that as the these massive suitcases, they reach like this. Everyone on the boat's just like
Looking around.
to the point where I wouldn't have been surprised if they weren't looking and just accidentally dropped it in the water. They were looking around that much. They were just like, "Oh, sorry, mate. There's your money."
Yeah, they stuck out quite a bit, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. It's the
I was
most obvious exchange in history.
I was quite surprised that Member Republic didn't phone the police,
Well, yeah.
thinking it's a legit trade or something dodgy is going on.
The other thing as well is you got Peggy flying around in the air, and he goes, "Keep an eye out for the boat." And she goes, "Yeah, but there's shitloads of boats." And all of a sudden, she's like, "I found the boat." And it's like, "How have you found the boat?"
It's the only one moving.
But it's not though. You can see boats in the background moving. And when they go back to the van, this is one of these scene changes. The scene where they park the van and the scene where they're actually getting into the van is a completely different location.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so you've got like the next to buildings and all stuff like that. Because I was thinking maybe a bit wrong because the angle changes and it looks more like the next to like a kind of like a desert, not the sea. And then it goes back, but then as they drive off, it follows and the scenes don't match.
Right.
And then
I didn't notice that.
did you know?
I did notice though Frank and Joe hiding behind lampposts whilst trying to get a better look at the deal.
What was that about? Because like Frank and them pull up in the car, and all they do is they get out of the car and they just go, just looking round.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they get in the car and go, "They're gone. Come on, let's go after them." And it's like, so you just got out and just looked around. They were just creeping and peeping.
Creeping and peeping indeed. So what's your thoughts on this little gunfight what takes place?
It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. I mean, whoever came up with this, like, we're going to do a car chase. This is what we're going to do. Drive slowly, guys, as we're going through a residential area. We'll speed it up in post. Because you can just tell it's like,
Yep.
what's it like? It's I'm trying to think what it's what it's like, what I can compare it to, but it's just
Benny
it's
Hill.
just stupid. Yeah, Benny Hill, like
Yeah.
Benny Hill. It is, mate. The guy, right? So Joe, he just cuts to like Joe, and he's at this angle
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's kind of like coming up to his side, so you can't see anything going out in the car, and you just get the odd shot of someone shooting out the back of a van, and Joe's going, "Shoot, shoot him," and then it literally replays that scene exactly again, the same scene. Shoot him. What?
I don't know. Why is it bothering the weaving though? Because the guy who's in the back of the van, bearing in mind they are like 10 feet in front of the car,
Yeah.
he's got a shotgun.
I know.
Right, they spread
Spread.
when they shoot, right? And he's missing everything on the car. There's no damage on the car. There's no damage on the window or anything. Frank's got his head out the window with a gun, thinking he's bloody John Wayne doing pistol shooting. And everybody's missing each
Yeah.
other. It's literally 10 feet in front of you. You could close your eyes, spin around in the circle, and shoot in a random spot and still get a hit.
Yeah, you're still gonna at least hit the car, aren't you?
Yeah.
With a shotgun anyway.
Yes.
But do you think Frank's only allowed to shoot if Joe gives him permission?
Properly, yeah.
Because it's like, if I was Frank, I'd be like, "What the fuck do you think I'm doing, dickhead? Just shut up and drive. Stop telling me to shoot. I'm shooting, goddammit."
Well, it's funny you mention that, mate, because a little bit later on, after they killed the two guys at the back of the van, right, they switched roles. Because Frank starts shouting at Joe, "Speed up.
Speed up. Speed
Quick.
up." Yeah.
Go faster. Speed up." It's like, what?
Oh, Jesus. He does, doesn't he? Oh. But that bit where so Frank finally manages to actually hit someone and he falls out the car. And that scene when they run over him, it's like what they've done, right, is they've just thought, right, well, we can't run over him, so we'll stick a camera on the back of the car, he'll be underneath the wheels a little bit, and we'll suddenly speed off, and as we speed off, you pretend to just have been run over.
Yeah.
So he like kind of drives off a bit, but obviously
He
sped up
rolls
a bit.
2
And he
times.
just goes, "Ugh." And it's like, that's the and then in the car, them two are just pretending like, "Oh no." And it's like, and then he cuts to the back, and the guy's just like, "Come on,
Come on.
fucking hell." I
And
just put runs over bad guy, worst effects ever.
Can we take note as well? Because we see the driver a couple of times, don't we, in this chase,
Yes,
who looks Mexican.
yes, he's
Right.
either Mexican or Indian. I couldn't place him.
Yeah.
But he looks. Look, imagine an Indian man who's been living in Mexico for a bit. That's
Yep.
what he looked like.
So the chase carries on for another 5 minutes. And lo and behold, the van crashes into the most explosive bush in the desert ever.
Yeah.
He hits like a small cactus and like a bush, like a bush of branches, and it just blows up. And then next minute, a guy runs out of the driver's seat, runs around on fire, dives onto the floor, right? And the guy looks up, looks at the camera, and you can blatantly see.
He's Caucasian.
Yes,
He's a white guy.
He's a white guy.
Oh, it's a stupid thing as well, because when he gets out and he's on fire, only his back end is on fire,
Yeah.
and he's literally just sat up with his head up like this. If you're listening on Spotify, you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing, but he's kind of like that, and he's kind of just like action, and he's just waiting for the guys to run over and put him out, and he kind of looks at them like, "Come on, guys, this is starting to hurt."
Here's a bit of a fun fact about that scene.
Well,
So this is true as well. So Matt Hannon said this in an interview later on.
right,
So Matt Hannon, who plays Joe, and Mark, who plays Frank,
yeah,
had no idea that this was going to happen. They didn't know the guy was going to be on flames or anything, right? So a few moments before the start of the scene, the director said, in the boot of the car, there's a fire extinguisher and a bed
and a
sheet.
blanket, yeah.
Yeah, get it out as quick as you can, and you know what to do with it. Then obviously the guy does that, and that's why they run off and they look dead panicked because
They
they
do
want
a
to
bit.
try and get a legitimate like feeling for them, was like in the fear or whatever, because the guy's on fire.
And yeah, to be honest, now you mention it, Frank does go over and he's kind of like with his blanket, he's kind of like a bit panicky, doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing.
So they both shit themselves, like think, crap, you know what I mean? What am I meant to do? This guy's on fire. I just got told to get a fire extinguisher out the back in the blanket.
Imagine being the stunt guy and just being like set on fire and they're like,
Well, that's why he looks up. He's like, come on, guys.
"Come on, guys, hurry up.
melted me.
Don't be shy."
Yeah, put me out, please.
But then Peggy comes flying over in her helicopter, and then they're not near a radio or anything like that, and she goes, "Good job, guys. Call for celebration." And they hear her, and then he goes, "You got it. See you back at your place." And I'm like, how are you hearing each other? How?
It's a Jason Statham hearing.
It must be.
And you can hear the satellite from space.
Oh, yeah. It's like Zoom and the Expendables.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus
By the way,
Christ.
guys, right, if you've not seen our podcast yet for the Expendables 4, it's our most recent one before this. Go check it out. And I've got to say, it's one of the funniest ones we've done.
Expendables.
Expendables. It's a good one. It's a good one. You won't be disappointed.
And then we're at the boss's house, aren't we? Because we know this because the woman, again, the boss is coming.
That's when I put on my notes, like, is this the reason she's in this film? Just to let the audience know who's in charge.
Basically, yeah. But, right, so the woman and the guy with the tash look like they'd come back for reshoots because they're being filmed by a different camera, obviously. Either that or they've got a different filter on because theirs has got a tinge of yellow.
Yeah.
While the other's got a tinge of white. But it's almost like they've just been like, just pretend you're in the room with these guys. No.
It's just headshot, isn't it?
It's just like them tucked in a corner while they're having a conversation. Every now and then it just cuts to them like they're agreeing. It'll cut to them and they'll just go. And it's just like, why? You could have done a whole scene without having to bring them back. And
Pretty
that's
much.
when the boss is reading from cue cards again. And he's like,
So-
I need you to bring me back.
They call him Samurai. Yes. We get a bit of a backstory now.
Yeah.
And sure, I was about to carry on then. So I'll carry on talking, as Mr. Mullet. That's what I call him, Mr. Mullet. So yeah, we get a little bit of a backstory from Joe, and he's called a samurai due to growing up in Japan, speaks fluent Japanese, and he's an expert in martial arts. He was brought over by the San Diego Police Department to fight their gang.
Yeah. Well, this is where it's a bit of an overreaction, and he goes, he wants to put me and my family in handcuffs. He wants to see me in the gas chamber. And I'm just like, gas chamber. All right.
Where are you based? In what year?
I know.
I mean, has that ever been a punishment in America, gas chamber?
I think so, yeah. I think it has been a capital punishment, but why would you suddenly just put him in the gas chamber? I don't know, but...
I thought this is one thing I really don't get about this. Because Joe even mentions later on that Mr. Mullet is the most number one wanted gang member in the whole of the United States, right? But however, he's walking around, he's free. He don't get any hassle off any police officers other than Joe and Frank. So is he really wanted? Or are they trying to start beef?
I think they've just... I think the thing is, because he gets all his goons to do it, they've got no evidence on him.
Yeah.
It's like...
So it is not number one most wanted.
Well, I don't know, because if you look at real life examples, like you look at Al Capone and stuff like that, he was like a massive gangster back in the day doing bootlegging of stuff like that.
But they only got him on tax evasion.
Exactly. That's the only thing they could actually pin him on. Because he couldn't pin him on anything else.
Yeah,
even
but
though,
he
like...
was still walking around doing what he wanted, though, wasn't it? He
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
hiding from them.
No.
So technically...
Well, he's not really, because like he's clearly in a restaurant later on, and he's
Exactly.
just kind of...
So he can't be...
I get what you mean, sorry. So you're wondering why is he so worried when he's obviously... Yeah.
Nothing on him.
No.
He's sound. If they had something on him, they'd arrested him by now.
Thing is, as well, is like they kind of know who this guy is, because I think twice this guy has to explain to him that he's the samurai dog. Like when they come to see him later on and they meet him, surely they would know who he is and what he looks like and so on. You'd think they'd have some kind of like little Yakuza file on him or something.
Something, most likely.
Yeah, but
they want to make an example now, don't they, of the morphing Mexican?
yes, the morphine Mexican.
Yeah.
Because he's turned into a white guy, they want to finish him off.
They want to kill him.
Yeah.
And they want to make an example by cutting off his head and putting it onto the piano.
I mean, why? Just kill him. Why do you need to make an example? This guy, all this guy's done, right? He's done your drug deal. He's been in a car chase, which wasn't really his fault because the Chinese gang that you bloody murdered kind of snitched on you. And then he's been blown up, put out by two idiots, taken to hospital. He's in a burns unit. And like, yeah, fair enough. You don't want him talking. So just kind of just go and kill him. Why do you have to go through the trouble of taking his head? I mean, come on.
But the thing is as well, mate, he's burnt your lips. He can't talk.
Well, not for a couple of weeks. I have got on there that I want you to play that clip between Joe and the nurse, by the way.
Oh, do you want to play that one? Yeah. Okay,
I do
wrote
want to
all
play
the
that in a
I
bit,
actually
yeah.
wrote all the dialogue down.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be funnier if we just play it because it's just so cheesy.
Yes, we can do that. We can do that.
But yeah, and then we're back at the precinct, aren't we? So Joe is slagging off the captain and he walks in.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, the one thing I don't get is the captain comes in the door as Joe's slagging him off and he goes, I want to see you two in my office. But then they go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you think they got the scenes in the wrong order there?
I think so, yeah.
So they're at the hospital, and what a strange looking hospital. It's clearly not a fucking hospital.
Oh, no, because on the wall behind him, on the door, it says dentist's
Dental.
office.
Yeah. Yeah, so apparently they keep burns units on the dental ward or next to the dental office.
I believe so, mate. Yeah, I believe so.
And then, oh my God. So then they go up, the guard, Steve. He's there, and mate, this guy looks nervous as fuck. Or looks like he's just done 20 lines of coke before his lines.
20 lines of coke, definitely.
Because he's like, it cuts to him, he has his close up, and he's there, he's got red eyes, he's sweating like mad. He just looks wrecked out of his face, and he's like, yeah, he's all burnt and that, I don't know. And he's just like, okay.
The guy is tweaking.
He is tweaking. He's like,
He's literally tweaking. It's really bad. Right, okay, I've got this scene here now for you.
Do you think they run out of police uniforms, by the way?
Pardon?
It looks like with that Steve that he just said, unfortunately, we run out of police uniforms. Will you bring a black shirt from home?
Yeah, I think so.
Go on, play this.
Right.
Play this clip.
You ready?
This is between the nurse and Joe. So they have a little bit of a flirt. This
Yeah,
comes out of nowhere, by the way. 1 minute they're talking about the guy's got burnt lips and can't talk for another couple of weeks, and then this happens.
Really, really random.
Yeah.
I love what I see.
Would you like to touch what you see?
Yes, I would.
Would you like to go out with me?
Yes, I would.
Frank's face.
Would you like to fuck me?
Bingo.
Bingo.
Well, then let's see what you've got. Doesn't interest me. Nothing there.
Nothing there? Just exactly what would interest you? Something the size of a jumbo jet?
Have you been circumcised?
Yeah, I have. Why?
Well, your doctor must have cut a big portion of it off.
No, he was a good doctor.
You're a very good doctor.
Good doctors make mistakes, too. That's why they buy insurance.
Hey, don't worry. I got enough. It's big.
I want bigger.
That is gonna be my favourite scene. It just sums up the film. Cheesy as fuck dialogue that comes out of nowhere.
Really weird.
Who would have that conversation? Literally, they've just met. They've been in the burns ward talking about the patient, and as she's leaving the room, this is the conversation they had. Someone wrote this.
Yep.
And thought, that sounds like a conversation that could actually happen in real life. Do you think Frank was there when they filmed it? Because it's almost like he kind of just keep cutting to him.
I don't think he was.
He keeps breaking the fourth wall as well in times, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks at the camera and like does a little face pull. He goes, ooh.
Yeah.
Really weird.
But no, I love that scene. It's funny as fuck.
So after they've been in, spoke to the nurse, Frank and Joe speak with Steve again.
Yeah.
And tell him not to go anywhere and stay off the cocaine until other officers arrive.
So do you know
no one is to go in or out.
Yeah. So do you know I mentioned about, like, obviously the police uniforms as well? I don't think they had enough lab coats as well, because the next thing is a woman who's supposed to be a nurse walks past, and instead of wearing a white lab coat, she's actually wearing just a white suit top kind of thing. Are you looking
in the
for it now?
background, is it?
Yeah. So as they walk off, he goes to the desk. And
Yeah.
the woman. I'll put it up here. You'll see the woman. This woman here? Look.
It really is.
Yeah. It's a suit jacket, and she's walking past like she's supposed to be a nurse, and they just bring something white. But the only white coat I've got is like a suit jacket. It'll be fine. Just bring it.
No way. Good notice there,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah, yeah.
Good spot.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Steve. So what does he do straight away? Goes off for another line of cocaine, and the first person that comes up to the room, he lets in.
Literally the first person.
The first person. Nobody is to go in or out, Steve. Have you got that?
Yeah. To be fair though, she did actually have a lab coat on, so maybe you thought, oh well, she's actually afforded a lab coat. She's a professional.
But she's literally pushing, like, what would you call it?
I don't know. Like
It has a napkin over the top. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
It was a napkin unfolded. So
It's
it was
almost
that.
like, do you know, like in like prison movies and stuff like when they have them big laundry things on wheels,
Yeah.
where they all throw the towels in or uniforms. It was like one of them
Yeah.
that she was pushing, but like a smaller version. And so she's pushing that through, and he goes, "Where the fuck do you think you're going?" Well, I need to change the trash. Is that okay? Anyway, so she pushes it into the room, takes the towel off the top.
Yeah. And lo and behold, this basket is about 3 foot tall, and yet a 6'5", 250-pound guy just pops up out of
The
nowhere.
way he comes out of it, though, he just comes up like, there's just the straightest face ever. If I had just been sat for half an hour in a basket, I'd have been getting up like this. Oh, fucking hell. My knees would be creaking and everything.
100%.
And he's like, oh, and then he gets his sword out and he goes, ugh. I mean,
The noise that guy was making, though, before he even got his head cut off, I thought he was getting a blowjob or
I
something.
know. But it's like to cut a head off as well. I'd have believed it more if like he just started doing a saw in action and he's like,
Or at least chop at it properly.
or chopping it. But he like the camera kind of moves away a little bit and it's just like next thing is there's just blood everywhere and he's like, oh, here's the head. If I was the boss, and he'd come back and I'd come back and this head was actually on my piano, I'd be like, guys, I was joking. Just kill him. You don't need to bring me the fucking head back. What am I going to do with the head now?
Yeah. It'll just go stink after a day or so.
I know. I mean, guys, you need to learn when I'm joking. Just go in and put air in his IV or something, or be a little bit more inconspicuous. I mean, don't go in there with. Why did you even have to take the big fella with you? Just go in there and just get a stabby as a nurse.
Yeah.
It's like he never said that. Well, he did say he wanted the head, so I suppose they're just following orders. But my God,
Literally, though, isn't it?
literally.
Yep. Stephen's security rusts after the ginge, but
Mate.
as soon as the cops catch up with Shitty Hammer, he just kicks him in the head and punches one in the ball. Straight away. It's like, why did you just do a dick kick to that guy? He's like,
Bit
sir,
harsh.
sir, have you got some ID I can see?
Hey, doctor. Yeah.
Kicks one in the face, kicks everyone in the bollocks, head smashes his head into the fucking palm tree.
I know it's
runs
a bit
off.
harsh.
But you notice the voices as well. Every
Yes.
single voice was dubbed over, but it's the same
was
person
a-
speaking the dub for 5 different people.
Hey, wait a minute, I want to talk to you. And then another guy comes along, different completely guy, and it's like the same voice. Hey, wait a minute, I want to talk to you. It's like fucking hell. But right, so speaking of scenes,
Yep.
when she's going through the hospital, right, there's a scene where it's like a long corridor
Yep.
and there's some kind of like I'll put a clip up here, but
Yep.
there's some kind of like power generator stuff on the side there, and you see 2 doctors, I think, walking towards the camera, and,
Yeah.
and a security guard runs past. And then it literally, the next scene, it cuts, and she's in the exact same corridor, walking down with no one about. And it's almost like they were trying to make it seem like she was in a different part of the hospital, but she's not. She's literally in the exact same corridor. They've just used it twice. Now,
Yeah.
that's lazy as fuck. At least either
Yes.
move the camera forward a bit or turn it round so it's looking the other way. There's lots of different options there, but that's another thing with the scene. And when her and the big fella are kind of running along the running along the balcony, and that's when the first guy comes up and goes, "Hey, wait a minute, I want to
Yeah,
speak to you." And they go down some stairs. They're clearly at a motel. You can see
Yeah.
all the motel doors with all the door numbers on, all the different coloured doors or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
you do.
And then they're in a motel car park. Now, they're in a rush, yet she has time when she comes to the convertible car to stop and take her jacket off, scrunch it up, put it in the back of the car.
She does.
He has time to open the boot and put their head in. And then did you notice him when he after he's beat up them 2 guys and he jumps in the back of the car?
Thumbs up.
Yeah, he gives them a little wave as he drives off and then goes to the camera. And you're like, oh, God's sake. Did you not notice this when you were cutting the film? I mean,
I think they might have, but I think that's what made this film so great, though, to be honest with you.
mate, yeah. But
If
then,
you've done it all correctly, it would have been a bad film straight up.
yeah, it wouldn't just be. But this is what makes it funny, because like the scene with the nurse and shit, you're listening to it, and it almost makes you want to cringe.
Very
And
cringe.
it's like, oh my God, the acting
Very.
is so bad. And then Frank's reactions, and then just like when you notice like the little things like the voices being the same, they've literally used the exact same voicing.
Yeah, the background.
The backgrounds, when Joe's in his car, really like saying he's going, shoot, shoot, and they're literally using the same scene twice. It's just like, I'm just sat there like, oh my God, this is so bad. But Captain's office.
Yes. Very, very tropey, angry police chief going ape shit at the police officers.
Was Joe actually in the room? Because for some reason, Joe's in the shot, you've got Joe's got the back to the camera, you've got Frank
Yeah.
next to him, and then in between them both, you've got the captain sat at the desk.
Yeah.
But every time it goes to Joe, it just goes to a close up of just Joe's full face, and then it goes back there. And I kept on thinking, was he actually in the room?
I'm going to try and have a look now, actually, but I think, like I say, it's probably not in there, yeah, like you'd probably say.
Possibly.
Oh, God, it really is a motel.
Yeah, it is a motel, yeah.
Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, he was in the room, yeah.
Yeah, but like there, but then it just goes, for some reason, to a really close-up face. And then we learned that Joe's only been there a week.
Yeah, he's already been there. He's already killed how many people?
Yeah, well, to be fair, they've killed more their own men than he has.
Well, yeah, that's it. What is it? Katana gang don't talk?
Yeah,
If you get captured, you're dead.
you're dead. But it's like the worst occupation ever. It's like, what would you have to? You have to be really down on your luck to go and sign up to the Katana gang. You're like, well, oh, the Katana gang are advertising again. I'm not surprised to kill all the fucking men.
They've killed more of their own men than what Black Star Ninja did in
Yeah,
American Ninja.
yeah, they did. Maybe
And
they
that guy
trained
killed
with
quite a
him.
few.
Maybe he trained them.
Could have been. Just imagine he trained Joe.
Both Joes,
They are. That's what I was like.
double Joes.
Is?
You imagine American Ninja and American Samurai and Samurai Cop getting together.
No, I think it's the same person, but played by a different actor.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Same Joe.
It's the same Joe.
Maybe. Little fan fiction out there. Could write it up, mate. Should do ChatGPT and ask him to do a story based on Samurai Cop and American Ninja being in the same universe.
Yeah.
There we
Could
go.
be. It makes sense. It does make sense.
But
What is it actually, right? With all the films that were in like the early 90s and late 80s, they were ninja mad.
I don't know, because
There
You
were
had
so
the-
many of them.
do you remember like things like Three Ninja Kids?
Yeah.
And then you had, I think, was it off the back of Karate Kid, maybe?
What
Which
year did that
came
come
first?
out?
That's got to be like 80s some point.
Like 86, 87.
Might have been. I'll have a quick look. But yeah, I just remember everything went kind of karate mad for a while, didn't it?
Yeah, I remember because like when I was a kid, I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Then you have all these
1984.
type of films.
84,
I
Karate
thought it was
Kid.
about that. Yeah.
Because then you also had like the action stars like Jean-Claude Van Damme, who was into all that. You had Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal, in the late 80s, early 90s and stuff like that. It was all about karate and what have you.
Yeah.
Unless it stems from like, I don't know, like Bruce Lee.
Probably, yeah, actually more Bruce
Oh.
Lee, wasn't it? But
Yeah.
because, like I said, these are like loads of ninja ones. If you put in like IMDb ninja, there's loads.
Even things like if you think like Power Rangers and stuff like that.
Beverly Hills Ninja.
Yeah. Chris Farley.
That's on our list.
Yeah, I'd love to do that film. I've seen that before years ago.
I've not seen it. Oh, I probably have, but I can't remember it. But anyway, the captain tells them they've got 1 week to get me results. He then perceives them that he's got a massive club in his ass and it hurts.
Yeah, a bit graphic that, wasn't it?
Yep.
Not
Then
something I really wanted to imagine.
And then the camera keeps panning over to Frank. He's doing them like dodgy smiles again. And then after a little bit of an argument, the chief goes a little bit soft on him. Frank runs over, gives him a little kiss on the head. Police chief jumps up, dead angry, points like at the exit when they've both run off for about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like really awkwardly long. And then he just sits back down in his chair and starts laughing to himself.
Yeah.
And it's like, was that meant to be in? Like, was he laughing at himself because he's just been stood pointing, looking like an idiot for 10 seconds?
I think that was another thing where it's like they were supposed to have cut, but never.
Yeah, it should have been
Maybe.
cut after like 3 seconds. He said he stood there looking around going, cut.
Ooh.
No, you're not going to say cut. Just sits down in his chair, laughs to himself thinking, what the fuck have I signed myself up to
Oh,
here?
Jesus. But Frank breaks the fourth wall before that kiss, doesn't he?
Yeah, looks at the camera. And
Looks
then
at
goes,
the camera. Oh, this is one of my favourite bits of the film, the restaurant.
yeah, that bit.
Yeah. So they go to the restaurant.
Is
and
it the
we meet-
waiter?
Oh, my God. What is... Well, we'll come to that in a second.
Right,
But-
I've written it down, but however, I think I'm going to play it instead.
Yeah, you need to play the clip. We need to hear what this guy says, but let's come to it in a second because that's when they're leaving the restaurant. Do you get it queued up?
Can I
What?
just say something?
What? What were you going to say?
Who killed him? Him. Who? Him. He killed himself. Oh, suicide.
He killed himself.
It's so creepy, cringy, and odd at the same time.
It's literally, that's what he's like. He's like, oh, I'm so creepy.
Right, go on.
he's...
I'll find it anyway. Where it
Why
sets
was
up.
he even in the film? But anyway, we meet Jennifer.
Yeah.
And she's getting a gift from the boss, which was just a bit cringy. And then the lawyer arrives. Now, this fucking lawyer is like... he's possibly the worst actor in this, and this is saying something.
He's pretty bad. He's bad.
Yeah, so the lawyer arrives there all having a nice dinner, and Frank and Joe arrive, and they go up to the table where they're having a meal, and he goes, "Who are you?" And he goes, "Cops." And this is when the guy looks like he's just shit his pants, or was trying to shit his pants, but has got a lot of constipation because he's just like... I thought his head was going to fucking explode.
Is this Yamashita?
Yeah. And then the
Is he
lawyer...
with the gingerbird?
Yeah, so they're kind of cuddling up, aren't they?
Yeah, really, really close.
Yeah. So I think they are kind of together a little bit, you know? And then the lawyer stands up and he goes, "Gentlemen, if you don't leave my client alone, I will see you both in court." Well, like, he stands up and then, like, takes a minute to do it.
Yep.
But then Joe gives this big speech about how they don't mind Japanese people who come over there and kind of... It's almost like he's reading a disclaimer.
He looked really fed up.
And he was like this,
But
he was
it's a good
reading it
speech,
like...
though.
And we don't mind Japanese people who come over, but people who come over and do crime and have Swiss bank accounts, we don't like them ones. Oh, by the way, miss, what's an all-American girl like you doing with a geek like this? That's exactly what he says, by the way.
He
What's
does.
an all-American girl doing with a geek like this? The fuck, man? And then to add insult to injury, she goes... And the Japanese guys just gave her a present. He's like,
The fuck?
The fuck? You agreeing with him? The fuck, you skank? I mean, that
How
was
old
like...
is he meant to be, though? 'Cause he looks about 65. She looks like she's in her early 20s.
Yeah, she's fit, man. But yeah.
She's all right.
But I don't know, but just Joe looks like he's just smoked a big fucking reefer, come on set, and he's gone, oh, is this the part I've got to read all this shit? Right, okay.
I quite like that speech, if you're being honest with you.
I don't... No.
You're bringing drugs over here, and the drugs are in our schools, killing our kids.
Drugs are bad, okay? Okay. But he just looks wrecked, and he looks bored as fuck.
Looks very bored. Very bored.
And then they're leaving. Frank gives some... Frank as well with his laughing when he's like... He thinks he's saying something funny, and he goes...
It's really over the top, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's just like... It's like they just threw Frank a line. Just say, yeah, say this, mate. But then they're leaving, and that's when we come to the waiter.
Just we're ready for it.
Yeah, so go
Right,
on, play
okay.
the audio from the waiter.
Let's go.
I'll pull up a video to go with it.
Right. Very, very creepy looking.
Yeah.
Worse sounding.
Why he's even in this film and how he managed to get on it, I don't know.
The whole thing's pointless.
It's weird. It's weird.
Do you think this is him doing this, right? Or the director turned around and said, this is what I want from you?
I'd hate to think either way. You think he was just there and he was just like, I'm just gonna dick about.
Yeah,
Let's play it. Let's play it.
Who's that blonde girl?
Oh, her name is Jennifer. She's the boss.
The boss? You mean she owns
It
this
sounds like a
place?
cartoon
Her
dog.
mother owns the place.
Where's her father?
Bang!
Killed? Who shot him?
He
Who?
Hey!
Who's him?
himself.
Oh, he committed suicide.
Yes.
Listen, when you see Jennifer alone, tell her I think she's very lovely.
I'll do that.
Tell her I'll try to see her soon.
Good.
His name.
I'll help you.
Oh no.
His name.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I like cops. My cousin's a cop.
Oh, really? Where?
In Costa Rica.
Puerto Rico.
Oh. Good.
Why would you
What's
even
her name?
engage with this man?
Alfonso Rafael Federico Sebastian. This is my first name.
Why would you even engage with this guy? If he come over and he went, my cousin's a cop, I wouldn't ask a follow-up question. I'd just be like, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
But why is Joe kind of being all creepy and be like, see that bird over there? Tell her I like her.
He goes real stalker mode, doesn't
What? Yeah, he really does.
Yeah,
There are some
really, really
questionable parts in this, which
Yeah.
we'll talk about in a bit. But
he? We're outside the restaurant now.
yeah,
Shittyama and his badly dressed goons come out to fight Joe. Luckily, though, it's one at a time.
yes, this is the stupidest part of the whole film, right? So you've just been in there. It's quite obvious that the cops have got nothing on you. The lawyer's been there and said, you've got nothing on them, fuck off, leave. So they leave. They don't arrest anyone. But then what do? You just like, you know what, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to kill him. Did no one in that little party, kind of like the little party that you're having, said, no, that's a stupid fucking idea.
Yeah.
Give yourself away.
Listen, guys, they've got no evidence on us whatsoever.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, keep yourself clean. Don't go outside and start trying to kill a cop
Yeah.
to get evidence against us.
It's fucking stupid. So he stands there and then he's like, they notice him and they're like, oh, look, that guy's there. And then one guy walks over and he goes, you go. The other one comes, you go. Like a
He
fucking,
ushers them one at a time.
like a Pez dispenser of fucking goons. Just one at a time goes, and then the last one he goes, no, three's enough. You wait there.
It reminded me of like a 90s computer game as well, with like SNES music playing in the background.
It really fucking. This is where I was saying. I think this is the scene where I was saying like the music doesn't really match what's going on at all.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, and then
They have a little bit of a fight, don't they?
they have a really
And
cheesy fight. Considering this guy's supposed to be a samurai as well, he's just terrible. He does big hits like this and opens himself up and just yeah. And then
Did you notice?
have either of them used handcuffs before?
Well, I mean, when people are getting arrested normally, they're just like resisting arrest a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's like they put their arm behind the back and it's like, okay, go on, yep, no
Yeah.
resistance whatsoever.
Yeah, there we go. Because you're not about to be killed for being arrested, are you? And
Well,
then
then
the
it
guy
makes
with
you laugh
the
as well.
sword.
Because that guy who pulls up in the car, he
Yeah.
pulls a sword out. Did you see the sheath?
No.
So I told you about that bit, didn't I? So he pulls
I can't
out.
remember what you said.
Yeah, so he jumps out the back of the car.
Yeah.
And he pulls his sword out. But when he pulls his sword, like the sheath is still attached to the sword. When he throws his sword a little bit, the sheath goes flying instead of keeping it in his hand.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So he's like loosened it in his hand, and then when he's moved his arm,
Man,
it's gone flying.
okay.
So you just see it fly off behind him.
That was
And
a,
then-
that was a really shit scene.
He starts swinging his sword around. Frank just goes, "What this?" Shoots him instead.
He does that a few times, doesn't he?
He does. He don't fuck about with swords, does he?
No,
It's like, you bring a sword to a gunfight, more fool you.
exactly. But he does it. He does that. He goes, and it's like the guy's never used a sword before.
Oh,
He just
no,
pulled
no,
up
no,
and
no.
just happened to find it. So he's there and he's like giving it, and then Frank shoots him. But then it kind of cuts to the next scene, and it's like 3, 2, 1, go! And it's like Joe kind of jumps on him, and they're tussling over this sword. And then somehow Joe, another guy, and he sends in the last guy, doesn't he?
Does he get his arm cut off, that guy first?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the other guy, isn't
It's
it?
the other guy. So
Yeah, yeah.
So the boss guy, whatever his name is, what's his name?
Shitty
Shittyama. So he goes, last guy, go. You can take a gun for some reason.
Oh my God, right. That guy who's clearly shitting himself.
Yeah.
You could hear the panic in his voice. He goes,
Let him go.
"Let him go. Stop it. Stop it. Leave him alone. Leave him alone." Mate, you just came down there, started attacking these police officers with weapons and a sword, and then you come down with a gun, crapping yourself, telling them to leave him alone.
I know. He was like, leave him alone, guys. Leave him alone.
It's like they've been bullied at school.
Yeah, it's like, do you understand the situation you're in? This isn't the schoolyard. It's like, what the fuck?
Just leave him alone. He's done nothing to you.
He's not
leave him
done
alone.
anything. I'll tell my mum.
Then what happens? Joe runs over, red faced as fuck, all beetrooted, and just yeets his arm off.
His arm just falls on. Ah!
I'm sure that is classed as police brutality.
Explain this. Explain what's gone on here. We were just leaving restaurant and like it just all
Just
went
cut
to
his
shit.
arm off.
Yeah. And then fucking big guy pulls out a fucking Uzi.
Takes 10 seconds to try and unfold it.
Yeah. How does this work again? Well, yeah, and then just starts going to town, killing all his men.
Did you notice the sparks coming off it?
Oh, mate, the sparks. What was with them effect? It was like someone was just off camera with an angle grinder. It's like, and the sparks going off. I'm like, are they supposed to be bullets? Is that supposed to be a gun? And then Joe and Frank just go and hide behind the car and they're shitting themselves. And then all of a sudden, did he bring that Uzi with him? Does he carry grenades around with him?
Yeah, when he
Because
goes to a restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, which restaurant are we going? Oh, bad neighbourhood. That.
Blue
I'll take
Lagoon.
the nades.
At a Blue Lagoon. Right, I've got my keys, I've got my phone, grenades. Yeah, need them as well.
Grenades, yeah. And then he just goes. You don't see the grenade, but you just see him go bite it like he's biting a fucking apple, and then just throws it under the car, and then just casually walks off. And I'm like, so you went from the police having no evidence to coming out, sending 4 goons after him.
What raw died?
Yeah, killing all the goons in front of 2 police officers, shooting up the fucking place, and now we'll add explosives, bombings to the bloody list. I mean, I'm not being funny as well. If I was the boss, right? So we find out in a little bit from Jennifer that the boss basically owns that restaurant.
Yeah.
I'd be like, dude, no one's going to want to come in, huh? We just had 4 people murdered in the car park, and someone's car got blew up, and you've assaulted the police and all sorts. I mean, how am I going to make a profit now? No one's going to want to go there. Are you mad? In my car park, I put 400 fucking grand in this place, and you're just blowing shit up. I'm going to have to get it re-fucking tarmacked. It's like there's a fucking crater. Jesus. Chalk line, bodyguard, body
All over the place.
all over the place. It's like, this is bad for business.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
it's never mentioned. He goes to see Jennifer later on, and it's like she's not, like, you know, business has gone down since like there was a mob hit right outside.
Just while we're on this part, anyway.
Oh,
So, right, we've never been in a gun shootout, and we've never
No.
really shot guns before. But we've done paintballing, haven't we?
yeah,
Right, so when we was doing paintballing, right, you'd hide behind stuff, take cover.
yeah.
So if you run out of balls and you're reloading, what do you do?
Take cover.
Nobody takes cover in this, do they?
No, they really don't.
It's Shittyama. It's like 45 seconds trying to change a clip in his gun, stood in the middle of the car park. Joe's got a gun. Why don't you just stick up and pop him?
Exactly. Everyone does it though. Even the goons later on, it's like they'll stick their body out and then shoot.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
like
that's what got Gingerbird killed later. She
Yeah.
was reloading, stood there, just
Mate.
reloading in the open and got shot.
Well, while we're talking about it, that's what I mentioned later on. She's fucking stupid because she has the Uzi. She comes around the corner, she fires 2 shots, bang, bang, and then reloads.
Standing there out in the open.
Yeah, just go bang, bang. Oh, I might be out of bullets. I better check. And then gets killed. And it's like, Jesus Christ, have you fired a gun before? At least count how many bullets you fired. I know there's more than 2 bullets in that clip, love. Unless
At
the
least.
budget is that bad.
At least.
Jesus Christ, you run out of blank.
Oh,
And then,
my God.
Then the captain's going to burn him, innit?
Yeah, I put on my notes like, how did they get away with this line? Frank, by the way, right? I don't know if we know we've said it yet, but Frank's a black guy.
Yes.
So we've got one black officer, and then you got Joe, the white guy. So Joe turns around, well, Frank turns around and says, "Look what they've done to my car. They're gonna burn my ass." Joe turns around, "Yeah, he's gonna burn it. Charcoal black."
Charcoal black.
Frank turns around, "Ah, my ass is black. Right on." Fist
Right
bump.
on. Yeah. Again, amazing dialogue.
Yes.
I mean, how at least the screenwriter didn't get a bloody Oscar for this? I don't know.
I don't know, mate.
I mean,
Honestly,
the dialogue is just so natural and flows just so perfectly.
'cause everybody normally talks like this.
I know, and there's no pauses between anyone's dialogues at all.
We get a very quick cutscene to the police HQ and the lawyers
Uh-huh.
there giving the chief shit
you-
about pressing charges.
Did
They-
you notice the other copper? They were like, "Oh, well, just make it look like you're busy beforehand." And he goes, "So, Captain, what are we going to do about the case?" And the captain's like, "What case?" He goes, the case I'm working on." He goes, "You're in charge of it. You sort it out." And he goes, "Okay, then," and walks off. And then it's the lawyer going, "I represent Mr. I'm going to sue you." And the captain's just like, "You know what? I'm done with this film. Just fuck off. Go away. Fuck off out my office."
Pretty much, mate.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And now Joe is back on the case again, trying to hit up at Jennifer this time, back at the Blue Lagoon. Did you-
This
Did
is
you
when
notice
I've
the lion statue?
Oh my God, yeah. What was with that? It's like a paper mache fucking lion thing stuck to the wall.
And they focused on it a hell of a
So
lot.
much, yeah.
It's like every single scene, Jennifer would walk off and then she'll walk right back and it's there next to her head.
Do you think that was like the directors or something and he just thought, "I love that thing. I want to get it in the shot to immortalize it in film history. Let's bring it from home."
I do believe Matt Hannon, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
he said during an interview about that lion thing, it was in like an Airbnb and they cleared it all out, but they forgot to remove that.
Fucking hell.
The
That
most
was. But
thing, the most biggest thing that sticks out.
it was fucking in the office. Imagine having that in your office at work.
Massive, massive.
It was almost like it was supposed to be kind of like, do you know how you get like them deer heads or like a lion's, like an actual lion's head kind of that's been mounted. It was like that, but made of paper mache. And
It was ugly.
it was ugly. But this dialogue between them two is just the most awkward thing I've ever seen. This is the first time I thought, oh, this is a porno. Darren's tricked me. I'm actually watching a porno here. Because it was proper porno acting. So,
Yeah.
so she's blowing him off. So when can you come out? And like, I noticed you own this restaurant. Would you like to eat somewhere else with me? She's like, no, I'm washing my hair tonight. What about tomorrow night?
Oh,
I
I'm at
can't.
church. Which
I'm at-
church did you go?
Beverly Hills Episcopal. And he goes, oh, the Beverly Hills. And then he's like, oh, well, me. And she goes, and besides, Sunday's also my birthday.
Oh, that explains the cake.
Yeah.
Okay.
She goes,
okay.
I'm at church on Sunday, and besides, it's also my birthday.
Yeah, I didn't pay much attention to that part of dialogue.
The whole scene was just kind of like, it was
But it
just,
wasn't weird.
the sound quality was grainy.
Yep.
The lines were just terrible.
Yep.
The chemistry between the two of them, it was like they had only just met for the first time.
Probably had.
And yeah, and I honestly thought they were about to turn into a porno and start fucking. And then we get a bit of a backstory that we learn that the bad guy kind of
Funded
help
the
them out,
restaurant.
funded, give them $400,000 or something.
Yeah.
And that's when he goes, do you know that money is drug funded and that he's the number one guy on top of police list, love? Do you realize that your restaurant is... Oh, sorry, 1 second. Restaurant is drug money. Yeah, so that your restaurant is being funded by drug money. What do you have to say about this? She goes, I don't mind, 'cause he gave us money when my daddy died. Fuck me.
That's pretty much the acting and the
That
dialogue.
is the acting.
That's how it's fed.
He just seems bored as fuck again, stoned as fuck, and he's just like, when we finished this scene, love, do you just want to get out of here and bang?
Pretty much, mate.
Yeah.
And after he leaves her, though, he actually goes downstairs and bumps into more of the Japanese Katana members. None of them are Japanese, though.
None of them. No.
Again.
Do you know what this reminded me of, right?
Yep.
It almost looked like, do you know, like when you see really corny kind of like high school plays?
Yes.
When they're on like a stage and it's a little set and they're all like the guy with the baseball bat, he goes, leave him to me, guys. And he goes, just slow as hell.
He just gets kicked straight in the nuts by Joe, doesn't he?
Yeah, they pull a gun on him. He goes, what are you going to do? Shoot me? And he goes, no, if it's okay with you, sir, we're going to break your legs, if that's okay. And he goes, no, it's not. But then it seemed like it kind of like they were on a stage in a high school play and it was just really bad. I'm going to hit you now. And even the baseball bat, when he hits him with it looks like it's made of plastic.
Yeah, it probably would have bent around a little bit.
Yeah. It was just stupid. And one of the guys trips over himself.
Oh, when he's running off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he tries to escape.
Oh, yeah,
doesn't he?
yeah.
And he goes back to the car park from where the failed assassination tent was.
Did you see him fall down the stairs? What was that about?
Oh, no.
As he's coming out, he falls down. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, when he arrives at the restaurant and he goes up the stairs and the valet
two
guy
guys.
goes, hey, mister, the cop's here.
Yeah, tries to give him a heads up, doesn't he?
Yeah. But yeah, and then he's running through the parking lot and he does a fake trip over.
Yep. And we find out as well.
Tell me who hired you.
Yeah, so
Well,
it's
they'll kill me.
Okamura?
He says the guy with the tash, doesn't he?
Yeah, so it's Okamura. That's it, yeah.
But he's like, tell me who killed you. And he's like, they won't, they'll kill me. No, because I will capture them and then they'll be in prison and they won't be able to kill you. So please tell me. Okay, then it's the guy with the tash.
Mr. Okarama.
Yeah. And then we
Right.
go to his house.
Yeah. So, this happened.
So they're chatting outside the house, right?
Yep.
So there's Frank and Joe chatting.
Have you
And
got
then-
the dialogue written down?
I've not.
I have.
But 2 seconds. But then it cuts to the other guy who kind of accompanies him every now and then. And I just remember looking and going, why is he in a bush? He just looked like he was stood in a bush. But then, read the dialogue. Is this about where they're saying if it's not
Yeah.
his house?
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on.
So, this is conversation here between a couple of people. So,
Yeah.
Frank goes, how do we know this is the right house? Joe replies, well, we'll arrest Okuyama for hiring 4 assassins, if you would call them that, to kill a police officer. I'm just trying to read it now. Fucking hell.
Go on.
Right. And then we'll arrest him. If not, we will apologise to the owners.
Yeah.
This is the usual police routine.
Yeah.
Frank goes, well, who's going to answer to the captain? Run off this shit. He turns around and goes, you. Shit, man, he'll burn my ass. Yeah. You know, my ass is already black. He'll probably cut off my dick. Peggy turns around. You better come around my house before you report to the captain. But what? Let's use it before you lose it.
Oh, she's so horny, mate.
And then she turns around when they walk off.
Oh,
She
yeah.
walks to the other cot and goes, so, we've got nothing to do. Let's fuck.
And you, oh, shut up, Peggy. I'd have been like, all right.
Come on. Leave them to it.
Me as well.
It's so cheesy.
The cheesy, but like that, when they're like, you at least try and do a bit of due diligence and find out is this guy's house, because is that an everyday occurrence in the world of this film? Oh, we'll just barge our way in and shoot a few people, and if it's the wrong house, we'll just say sorry. 'Cause
That's what cracked me up. His little jab at the end. It's
Yeah.
like, what's the normal police routine?
That's standard procedure. That it says it in the handbook. Don't bother ringing the doorbell first. Just barge in. What do we do if it's the wrong house? Say sorry. Yeah, we just say sorry, guys.
Yeah. And then we
Yeah.
just have a threesome with the only female cop in the force.
yeah. Mate, she's so wet though. She's warm and wet, as she keeps mentioning. She's
She is,
dripping like a
mate.
fucking broken fridge, in your words.
Snail trail everywhere, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. She just slivers.
To give chase to Akirama,
Oh, when he's in bed with that woman, he promised to buy me Japanese pearls, and he's just sat there with his fucking undies on.
like black speedos,
He's like black speedos.
and then instead of using the door, he just yeets himself through the fucking window.
I know. Running through the house, somehow finds time to get dressed. And yeah,
How did he get dressed that quick?
I don't know.
Because literally, it smash cuts him from in speedos, yeets through the window, and he's dressed running around.
Why does he jump? Oh, did you see when they're going through the house as well? One of the guys, one of the goons, he goes like that and shoots his gun and just goes click. It's like they forgot to put the gun sound in. Did you see that, mate?
Oh, I think click on that.
Like one of the guys there, and he goes. You wait.
But again, Peggy and the other guy just shooting people on sight.
Yeah.
They don't say freeze or anything. It's
Just as people are running out, they're just like boom, boom, like shooting fish in a fucking barrel. And then we have this next part I've called the multi-dimensional fight.
It really is. Oh my god!
Oh.
So Joe chases Akirama into the next door neighbor's garden, and then start to have a little bit of storm off. When Akirama starts like flexing, I thought it was going to start transforming into the Power Rangers or something. Oh, do you want me to get the sound up?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the sound
then-
up quickly.
So they're having this fight, and basically he's in a garden, and there's like where he stopped, there's like bushes all around the back of him. But then they start having a fight, which again is sped up.
Yeah.
But then they move to like a desert scene then. Don't
Yeah.
they?
So Joe flexes that hard
Yeah.
to change from someone's back garden to the desert.
To the desert, and he's got his wig on. So the
Yeah.
wig's back, and he's got his wig on, and they're fighting, and this is where the wig comes off as well.
Yeah, it is.
Which
Here's the
I'll put a
noise.
clip up here. You'll see the wig come off.
So here's Akiyama doing his flexing.
Go. Music again. One out of bullets.
Ran out of bullets. Joe's caught up with him. Joe's got the upper hand on him. Let's fight.
I'm unarmed. You gonna shoot me?
What, show me?
Fight me like a man.
Joe, no.
To change dimension, haven't they?
Look at him.
I know.
He's got transform into like one of them big robots from Power Rangers.
Oh, fucking hell.
What is changed his fucking wig?
Oh, my God.
And the wig comes off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That is the best fight I've ever seen.
oh, it's the shittest
Literally.
and best.
They hit each other that hard to change dimensions.
They change camera.
He's
They
got his
change
wig.
location. They change hairdo. He's suddenly wearing a wig.
And when he's getting punched as well. So Akiyama's like in front of him, he's punching him. You see Joe from behind, his head's just moving left, right, left, right, left, right. And you can see the label of the wig flicking out of it as well.
When he's punching him, because it's sped up as well, he's going, and you just see Joe stood there going, he's not defending himself or anything, he's just going, and then he goes, my turn.
But look at the
Oh, no.
state of that wig, mate. Look at
Oh,
that
no.
wig.
But when he pulls out his knives, did you see him go towards the camera like,
That was so pointless. He pulls his little two knives out the back of his belt, like little ninja assassin ones.
did you notice that when he does that towards the camera?
He goes to hit Joe with these blades. Joe just catches left hand, catches right hand, and then does like the wrestling move. You know, when you turn around. What is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
Mercer used to play? Where you get your fingers wrapped up.
Oh, we used to call it peanuts, yeah.
yeah, it was
when
a
you
kid.
like-
You like
Yeah.
twist your fingers up and down. He does that, gets him to drop his blades, and
Mate, does he snap his neck? Because he gets on top of him like he's riding him like a fucking sled.
I put that.
And then the camera kind of pans up, and Joe has his head in his hands, sorry.
Yeah.
And the camera pans up, and you see Joe do like a jerking
Yeah.
movement. And the next thing is he's fine.
No, he broke his arm supposedly.
But it kind of it to me it felt like they broke his neck, and they thought, actually we won't have his neck broken because we need him in the next bit.
Yeah, it was That was
Yeah.
definitely a neck break though when he done it.
It was because like he'd even move the camera out the way, and then you see him go.
Yeah. But that's how he broke his arm. He turns around to Frank, goes, "Go on, you can take him in. He's got a broken arm now."
Yeah.
But then his arm's perfectly fine the next second later because he flips Frank on the floor, gets
Yeah.
a gun out, then gets shot by Joe.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if they're thinking, oh, he's a cop. He wouldn't just break his neck, so we'll have him kill him in self-defense, and then he's still a good guy in a way because he didn't kill him in cold blood or whatever. I think that's what he must have been.
These guys have been assassinating them left, right, and centre.
Oh, I know.
They don't shout police or anything. I don't think they shout police throughout anything, do they?
No.
Like stop, freeze, or anything. Just shoot them on the side.
They do, I think they do say stop, freeze once, and then just start opening fire. And then we have like a little gang meeting. And then this is where he says, it's like he introduces him as a samurai cop again.
Yeah.
And it's like, you had this conversation 2 days ago. You've met the guy in the restaurant.
Yeah.
He's trying to bang your missus. You know who he is. Why are you explaining?
So the reason why he wants to outsource the gang to the New York people to try and kill him or break his legs, so they don't suspect the Katana gang done it.
Which is stupid because he's completely forgetting about what happened out front of the restaurant. He's like, I don't want you and your men doing it because I don't want him thinking you're involved. And it's like, sorry, boss, I literally tried to kill him yesterday.
Do you remember I threw a
your
grenade
restaurant.
outside?
I literally blew up your car park, remember, trying to kill them. I think we're past them thinking I'm trying to kill them now. I think we're way past that, mate.
But this is another really weird scene, though, isn't it? Because now they're at the cinema.
Yeah, because he says, bring in the men from New York. And he goes, all right. And then this, honestly, right, at this point in the film, I'm sat there and it almost looks like he goes to Joe and a guy at the cinema reviewing film footage. And I'm like, is that just them reviewing the footage of the last scene and they've accidentally filmed it and left it in there? Because it almost looked like he was the director. Because Joe had his wig on as well and his hat.
Ponytail.
I didn't recognise that it was Joe at first.
No,
it
I
just
didn't,
randomly cut to these people reviewing film footage and Joe stood at the side of him like talking about it. I'm like, has the film finished and this is them doing the editing process, or are they just watching back the last film they've just seen or something and this wasn't supposed to be in it? And I think I remember because I watched it with Hannah. I turned to Hannah and I was like, is this the same film? Because we were watching it on YouTube, I thought, oh, maybe someone's done like a bait and switch and kind of now it's going to be something else. But no, it's the same film. But all I was thinking is because he is wearing the wig, obviously it was a reshoot. Plus, the whole thing looks like it was filmed at a production office, which is probably why they're there watching the film. But not through the whole film, not before this, after this, or anything, does it mention that Joe has anything to do with films in Los Angeles.
Yeah, there's no footage or anything.
No, so there's no context as to why Joe would be at what appears to be a production office watching film footage.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
And why would they have an emergency alarm?
And why would they put an emergency alarm on the wall in clear view? The woman, literally, the guys are stood there and the woman has to go.
That's a good point, actually. You'd put it underneath the desk.
You put it under the desk, or you put
Good
it somewhere
point.
a bit more inconspicuous, not literally on the wall there. And it's not even small. It's like a massive thing. And she goes, while the guys are not looking, she's just like,
It's like a doorbell, isn't it, from like the 1900s or something?
Yeah. And then while
Really
they're
old
watching the
ones.
film, the guy goes, there's someone here. And he's like, Joe's like, why? And he goes, well, that's the emergency alarm. Like, and Joe goes, oh.
Must
one
be after
sec.
me then.
And then he just goes around the corridor, sees some guys walking down the corridor and just starts shooting them. Imagine if the guy come out and went, dickhead, that's my producer. Why are you shooting him?
Yeah, he didn't ask any questions, just started
No.
shooting.
He just took his word that was the emergency alarm. It might have just been her way of saying, like, oh, there's someone coming up or something.
Yeah, cup of tea's ready.
Yeah, Dave's here. He's going to bring your brew up. And Joe just goes round the corner. Boom! Shoots him. It's like, dude.
Did you notice what he
murder.
was wearing?
What? Oh, police.
No. I don't know if it was meant to be a police shirt or he actually said to him, right, get a polo shirt.
Right.
Right, you got to be wearing a polo shirt, Joe. So he goes to shops to get us a polo shirt. Because literally on the front, it was saying polo.
Oh, does it say polo?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it said police.
No. it says polo.
Get a polo shirt. Fucking hell.
No, like the old t-shirt with the collar on.
And then next thing's like Joe's climbing on the roof, climbing on. That guy, right? There's a guy in the alleyway, and he has his gun out, and he's literally lining up the shot, getting it perfect. He's got all the time in the world. Fires and still misses.
Yeah. Do you know why he misses?
Why?
Because Joe uses a drain pipe as cover.
Oh my God.
He guys found a drain pipe.
Oh, Jesus.
And then jumps down, and it just smash cuts then. To the next scene, we see Joe stalking after Jennifer outside the church.
Yeah, and then
What happened
Joe's...
to the last guy in the alleyway?
Well, that's it. And Joe's in a full fucking three-piece suit or something outside, just kind of there. And I'm like, what the hell was that little in-betweeny bit about?
It was weird.
It was weird.
I think it was like trying just to fill a bit more gap in the film. Like, yeah, it's 15 minutes too short. We just need to like get some extra.
That's the only thing it could be. And then this bit confused me as well, because it keeps cutting from Joe going over to see Jennifer. And I didn't realise on my first watch who the random guy at the car was.
Yeah, that's the drunk bodyguard.
Yeah, I realised in my second watch, but I just thought, who's this pervert? Just keeps watching him. Why does he? Is that at first I thought like Joe had hired a chauffeur or something.
Yeah,
or he was Jennifer's chauffeur.
Like you say, it's a little bit confusing though, because you see the 3 different people walking around, but they've filmed it in at least 4 different locations, and it's like when they put it edited together, they're really bad. So, for example, we see a huge church in a busy area, and then Joe's standing next to some huge trees in a quiet residential street.
Yeah,
right. Mr. Mullet's bodyguard pulls up, and then it's in areas so it looks like it's palm trees.
Yeah,
so it's completely different near the beach, and then but he's meant to be watching Joe.
Yeah, they've just done it again. They've just
really weird.
It is. It's like they've just took bits of footage and just thought, oh, that'll go with that, that'll go with that, that'll go with that.
Yeah.
But it is weird. But then he basically kidnapped her.
That's what I thought. Joe tries to date rape her by telling her that they're going to the police station for questioning.
Yeah, and
but then cuts inside his house.
Yeah. Takes her to his house, and she's like, oh, is this your house? And he's like, yeah.
I own it once a month.
Yeah. Oh, we get a quick cut to the boss man, and he goes over and he goes, she's gone home with the cop, and he's like, kill him. Kill him.
And this is where we get to find out that Joe is a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
So it cuts back to the house. He's cooked her a full meal with chicken and stuff. And she goes, oh, that was really nice. Joe actually tells her that the neighbor has pet chickens. So he's jumped over the fence, killed one of the neighbor's chickens, cooked it up just to impress her. Psychopath.
I'd like to think he was joking, but yeah. And then he goes, let's just say, I can read eyes. Can you? All right, then.
You can't read
what
pages.
this is saying.
Yeah.
You fucking bellend.
Shitty Hammy turns up at one of the officers' house, tries to kill the family, trying to find Joe's address.
That whole scene cheesed me out. The cop's there and his wife beater and fucking boxers. And they walk in, he's like, and she's like, they grab hold of her and she goes, my husband's a cop. Yeah, we know. Yeah.
That's
and he's like,
here.
where does Joe live? He's like, I don't know. We're not that good of friends. I don't like him, please.
Did you hear what he said as well at the end?
Maybe Peggy the girl cop knows.
Yes. Maybe Peggy, the girl cop.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought Peggy was Joe's fucking nickname.
I know. So Peggy's a girl, right?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Joe goes out for a swim. Where did Jennifer get a swimsuit from? She came straight from church.
Did she come in the bikini? Does Joe just keep wandering around and like, that one will probably fit you?
Probably.
That was from my last victim. But this is where they go down to the beach and they're all in there and she's got a cracking body.
Yeah, she
And
has.
I'm like, yep, it's a porno. Again, I'm like, he's fucking got me. It's a porno. But just going back slightly, when he stabs the copper, how long did that fucker take to die?
It was really weird.
It's like
they've done the editing. It's like when they were doing the editing, they've just like cut it and chopped it into the middle of the scene because he's not there.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to him in the middle of the vlog going, oh! Then it cuts back to the guys just stood there looking around going,
yeah. They're
and
chatting,
then it's back to him again.
Let's go and try Sally, the, what did he call her? The girl cop. And then cuts to him and he's going, Sally! Oh, Jesus. But yeah.
Then they turn up at Frank's house.
Oh.
Frank gets out of the shower. He goes, what information do you want about my butt?
Oh, mate, I just got the ambush him as he's getting out of the shower. Friend to come cut his dick off and start giving him a hand job. And then he's like, I'm going to cut this gift off, this black gift. And I'm like, okay. I was half expecting the guy go, "Oh, what a beautiful penis you have! I've never seen one like it. It's so."
They mentioned it a few times, didn't they?
Yeah.
About him having a big dick.
Do you think Frank's like the actor's gone? Excuse me, can we just mention like that it's a proper gift? No. I've got a better one. Black gift.
A black dick.
Yeah. And then he goes, "Where does he live?" And he goes, where will I find the information of where he lives? In the closet." At first, you'd be like, "Wow, seriously, in the closet?" Yeah. Oh, okay. But then again, it goes back to kind of like the schoolyard thing, because then Frank gets one over on him with some pair of scissors.
Yeah.
And then he goes, he's got the gun and he goes, "Leave him alone! Leave him alone!
Don't
Dude,
hurt him. Don't hurt him.
Don't you hurt him, you bastard!" It is like that though. It's like,
We're not exaggerating this, by the way. He actually says, "Don't hurt him.
Yeah.
Leave him alone."
that's what he says. Leave him alone. And then Frank gets the gun off the guy, shoots the guy saying, "Leave him alone."
Yeah.
And then, or must think, "Oh, I've forgot I'm a cop now," because he goes, "I'll teach you a lesson," and slices the guy's throat.
He does.
And all I put was, try explaining that one to your police captain. So what happened? So he came in, I got over him. But why did you slit his throat? Why didn't you just arrest him? You had a gun at that point. You had the situation handled. Why would you just go the extra mile and slit his
Execute
throat?
him.
Yeah. And he's like, don't know, got caught up in the moment. He threatened to cut me Todger off. "Oh, your gift?" "Yeah, my gift." All right then, fair enough. And then he just tries calling Joe, and he's like rings at him, and he's going, "Oh, Joe, answer the phone. Answer the phone."
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it 20 minutes before I try him again. He might be busy.
That's it. Meanwhile, Shitty Hammer and two of his little henchmen turned up to Peggy's house.
Oh,
And I don't know if you noticed this, right? But Peggy's trying to cook. I'm unsure what she's trying to cook because she's frying something and then she puts the pan in the freezer, right? And then it cuts back to her and then she's back over at the oven with the pan cooking something else.
I clocked that as well, because goes over to the freezer.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the guards break through the bloody door, and then she manages to summon super strength because she knocks the fuck out the first guy.
She kicks them ass,
right?
She?
And then she opens up the drawer. It zooms into a gun, and there's nothing else. Then it zooms back out. The drawer is full, clearly of like kitchen utensils, right? And then to top it off with more witchcraft, the gun she pulls out the drawer is completely different gun from what we've seen earlier, right? When we see the zoom in on the gun inside the drawer, it was like a Glock or something, like a black Glock, right? And then she pulls out like a Smith & Wesson 6-shooter.
Yeah.
It's like, huh?
Magic draw, mate.
She's a fucking witch, mate.
Oh. Did you hear? Right, so then he gets the frying pan, doesn't he, and burns it with it to try and get the information for the address.
I don't like say the only thing I can think of, right? It was lard. Because back in the day, you used to cook with lard, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I was wondering because at first I thought she went over and put the frying pan in the freezer, but I think she was just going over to kind of put something in the frying pan. But why wouldn't you just get out of the freezer and take it to the frying pan? Why would you take the frying pan to the freezer? Anyway, but he oils it. But did you hear what he says? Like, so obviously she gives up the information.
Yep.
And as he walks off, he says to her, "Cool down, young one." And I'm like, dude, you like the same age? Like, cool down, young one. Like, you patronising bastard.
Not only that, you've just been fucking melting it with hot grease.
I know. That's a bit harsh. Oh.
Left her alive, though.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I think so. I just don't see her again, do we?
No, do we not? No, because she's not at the end.
No.
Oh, maybe she died. But then we're back at Joe's, and now Frank's obviously 20 minutes are up, so he tries ringing him again. But Joe's even got her a fucking birthday cake.
Yes.
And then this is when they start kissing again, and they actually fuck this time. And I was like, yep, definitely a porno. But then we don't actually see anything.
Yeah, you didn't see anything.
And then Frank finally gets through to him and goes, "Dude, they're coming for you. Believe me, they're coming for you." And he looks out the window and he goes, "Yeah, they're here. Yeah."
That's the worst attempt to try and give anyone a heads up.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, Joe. Oh, mate. They're here. Who's here? Oh, them guys. I think they're coming for you. Who's coming after me? Oh, they might be there. Oh, I don't know. And she looks out the window before he's even finished explaining. Like, mate, they've drove around halfway across the city in time where you told him that someone's coming for him.
Oh, I know.
Like, a bit more urgency.
I know. Be like, "Get out the house now, you fucker. They're coming. They've just been here. I killed 2 of them. I sliced their neck. I'll explain everything when I see you."
I executed one of them.
Yeah. They tried to take me gift. Me black gift.
We stop making me laugh right while I'm trying to have a drink.
Sorry, mate. And then
I don't want to spill it on my back.
they fucking escape. And what was it? So the guy on the diving board.
I was about to say,
Go
is
on.
that his bit?
One of the guy gets shot, and he's like, "Do you know like when you used to play like I don't know like cops and robbers as a kid, and you'd get shot and you'd pretend to do your death scene, and it'd be like, ugh." There's so much of that in this film.
Oh, mate. This guy turns into Jason Statham at the Olympics and starts diving.
Oh, fucking, he does. He gets shot and he's like, oh, I'm on the diving board here. Backwards roll.
Backwards
literally
roll
does
pike.
He does a backwards roll dive. And it wouldn't have surprised me if it
Do you have
cut to
judges?
some judges. Yeah. It really wouldn't have
6.5.
surprised me.
6, 4, 6.5.
And then they manage to escape, and then Jennifer goes back to her house, and the boss overhears Jennifer telling her mum that she's in love.
She goes back with no urgency, even
No.
though someone's just trying to kill them.
Yeah, she just walks in like swooning, and she's like, "Where have you been?
Oh, I'm in
Mr.
love.
Shitiyama, whoever it is, has bought you a birthday present, and you missed your party." She goes,
Oh, Shippy Yam's the other guy.
"Oh, sorry, whatever his name is, the boss
Mr.
guy,
Mullet.
Mr. Mullet." She goes, Mr. Mullet's been here, and he bought you a gift and everything." She's like, "I don't care, mummy, I'm in love."
Just as Mr. Mullet walks out.
Yeah, Mr. Mullet's like, "Oh, you're in love with someone else, are you? I'm going to, what does the cue card say? I'm going to kill you now."
That's a good impression of him because that's how he talks.
"Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, oh." It's like he's just ejaculated every time he starts his scene. It's like, and action.
You
Oh.
always take it there, don't you?
No, but he must go, action, and he goes, "Oh, I want his head. Oh, I want it now." Like, cut.
Right, so try not to get too crude for one episode.
Eh? What'd you say? What was that?
So let's try not to get too crude for one episode.
Oh, too late, mate. Too late.
It's too late, mate. It's too late.
And then we're in the captain's office, and this is the weirdest bit of the whole film, right? The
Yeah.
captain basically says to him,
What, you think this is the worst? Oh, the most unusual.
one of the most, right? So they go into the captain, and the captain goes, "Fuck's sake, guys, more dead bodies. We're all fucked. I'm gonna lose my job. I'm gonna lose my pension. Do you know what? I say fuck it. I want them all dead. Kill them all. Kill them all. I want to see blood, and then we'll all come back. We'll hand our guns in, and we'll all go to jail." And they're like, "Okay, that escalated quickly, but all right, I'm in." I'm like, so the police captain just put a hit out on the fucking whole Katana gang.
Pretty much, yeah. So it looks like Mr. Mullet was right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on Mr. Mullet's side now because they've gone from the dude, you police officers, to fuck it, we're losing our jobs, kill everyone. May as well. I mean, that's basically what happens. He just says, "Yeah, we're going to lose our jobs anyway, so fuck it, kill them all, and then hand the badges in." And then we go through the infiltration.
Yep.
So, oh bloody.
Sorry, that's a good blubber nose.
Joe jumps over the fence, and then Frank decides to shuffle under the fence.
Oh, why did you go underneath the fence?
I'm undercover cop. And the wig is back.
Yeah,
Back
the
with a
wig's back.
vengeance.
So they go around Mr. Mullet's garden and they're literally jumping from tree to tree to do a stealthy attack.
Yeah. And then we get a bit of the yellow filter back.
Yep. And
And
one of the guards are just casually walking around the garden with a sword.
oh, that's a lot. I'd pull that a bit later on, but yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised. He looked like a kid. He looked like he was just someone's kid, and it's like, "Oh, can I play with your sword?" And he's like, "Yeah, you go ahead, go play in the garden, have a little play."
Yeah.
And
Just be careful with that black cop.
yeah, and then it's like the kid
Just
coming
shoot
along,
you.
and he's like, "Who are these two men?" And he's like, goes to get his sword, and then Frank shoots him. And it's just like, dude, that's me nephew. He's here visiting. I gave him the sword to go and play with in the garden, and you shot him. He literally looked like he was 12 years old. The guy
told
was
you.
12 years old.
Frank takes no shit, mate, when somebody
He
pulls a
doesn't.
sword out.
I mean, imagine if he went into a sword shop and he's just like, anyone holding one? Oh, fuck it. There's another one. There's another one.
Oh.
Oh, but the guy with the shotgun, the big guy with the shotgun and the wife beater who's hiding behind the tree. the way he dies as well is like is proper dramatic.
Right, the guy's about 25 stone.
Yeah.
He's hiding behind a bloody palm tree, which is like 6 inches wide. You can see his belly and his back on either side. And then when he gets shot, he just falls over and goes, ugh.
He falls. It's like oh, the most dramatic scene ever. Oh, I'm going towards the light. It's getting dark. Tell my mama I love her. Oh.
That was one of the scenes I had to rewind it back and tell my missus and show it and say, look at this shit what's just happened on it.
Oh no. And then the boss has Jennifer, and they have like a bit of a Mexican standoff type thing. And Frank's like, dude, don't put your gun away. He's just going to shoot you as soon as your gun's away. And he goes, but I have to. He's got my side piece. And he puts his gun down, and then Frank gets shot. And then Frank gets back up and kills him when he puts Jennifer down or whatever.
Yeah.
But then that bit was dead proper cringy when he has to point out that he's wearing a vest, because Frank gets back up. He's got a big hole in his chest there, and like it's like, well, it's obvious you're wearing a vest. Either that or you're now a fucking zombie because there's no blood. And then he goes, well, I outsmarted him, and Joe's like, how did you outsmart him? Well, I wore a vest. And Joe's just like, I know. I can fucking see.
Did you notice the gun changed?
No.
Yeah.
Which gun?
So, Mr. Mullet,
Yeah.
right? He had a gun.
Yeah.
I think it was like one of the black ones, or the one that Frank normally uses. But then, because they had to film the scene with Frank pointing the gun at him, switch the guns over.
Fucking hell.
But that's one thing that annoyed me with that scene, because Frank is on the stairs. Mr. Mullet doesn't know Frank is there.
Yeah.
And then Frank makes himself known is there, and then walks down the steps. So it's like you had a good advantage point just to shoot the guy on the side of the head and then come down.
Yeah, you
save
think
the day.
Because he doesn't give a fuck about shooting anyone or gutting anyone or nothing. He's got permission from his captain to just basically paint the town fucking red with the Yakuza. And yeah, he doesn't take the option. Instead, he decides to take a bullet in the chest with his bulletproof vest.
And then kill them.
And then kill him, yeah. But then we have but then we move to the scene. So they kill the kid, the 14-year-old kid with the knife.
Yep.
And then the music in this is just so casual as they're having. And did you see the little bad guy turn up in his little Jeep? He turns up in his little Suzuki. And he's like, oh, I think there's a fight going on. Come on, let's go now.
If that was you,
yeah,
right, you know the police are attacking you at the moment. Right, your house is a massive shootout going on. You just pull up, turn around, and fuck off.
Well, the problem is,
get out.
No, you wouldn't. In real situation, you wouldn't. But he has to go and make sure that all of his men die first.
Oh, yeah.
Because if they don't kill him, he needs to kill them. It's kind of his way. He's just going around the compound like that, killing all his own men, even the ones that are still fighting the police. The police are having a gunfight, and he's just stood at the back, killing his own men. Oh, I don't think you're going to make it. Boom. And then we have like a scene where Frank's in kind of like this doorway, and then he goes inside the house, and the scene just looks so shit. I think at one point there's like he's shooting out a window, and Frank just pops his head out. He's like, it's like, what are you
the
doing?
finished paper door as well. It's hiding behind.
But did you see that thing that when the goon comes out, he kind of like there's a door there, but then he knocks down a piece of wood for some reason onto the floor. And all I could think is, I think that wood was there just for when the guy dies for him to jump onto something.
Yeah, could have been.
It was fucking weird. But then he turns up in his little wife beater, fucking, what's his name? Shitty Kumar.
Shitty
Yama. And then...
Shitty Cuba.
But it's like the shooting in different locations again. Oh, because the locations 100%. Keep fucking changing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the film quality on the window, when Frank's in the window, is so fucking grainy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then,
just on this scene.
No, this is where the woman dies as well.
Yeah.
With the 2 bullets.
Yeah, so she gets shot.
Yeah.
She was reloading out in the middle of the open. And then Yamashita, when he comes out of his Jeep, he has a shotgun, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Right? So then he starts using his shotgun at first. Shotgun disappears because he starts using a pistol. Bear in mind, he's got no bag. He's got nothing on him.
Yeah.
Right? He's having a shootout with a pistol. Then he runs from one palm tree to another palm tree with the pistol, and he goes behind it, comes back out with a shotgun. It's like, where does that just come from?
Like in GTA, mate. You change weapon.
They had that in his prison pocket or something?
He must have done.
Literally. Jumps behind a tree. This tree is like 12 inches thick. It's not a big one.
No.
So I
And
don't
then
know
he
why
just-
he's trying to hide behind it anyway.
It's like GTA, mate, when you switch weapons, it just suddenly appears. Prison pocket, like you say, yeah. It's fucking weird. And then we have the final boss fight, don't we, with Shitty Hammer and fucking Joe.
Yes. Did you notice how badly damaged the swords were?
I didn't know.
Oh my God. It's like a fucking bread knife.
I was like, all I was paying attention to was their stupid little kind of like, what's it called when you do like a quick beforehand? Is there a name for it? Like in karate when you do your
I'm not sure. You know, I think there probably will be like a name.
Well, they do that with the swords and it's kind of a bit sped up. And then they just start fighting. But 1 minute they're like fucking 100 yards away from each other and then they're like next to each other.
Yeah.
And they're having this fight and it's proper like sped
It
up.
reminds me a little bit from Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Don't know when is it this little snow machine or something got crushed the guy and the guy's like dead far away.
Steamroller.
Yeah, and it takes so long for them to come together.
Yeah.
It was like that. Honestly, the way they're just walking between each other. Joe just goes extremely red in the face. I mean, fair play to him, right? He can actually use the sword, Joe.
He can't though, the other guy.
No. Look, how red he is in the face.
I know. It's like if you're watching on YouTube, it's like that face, but with a lot of red on it. I'll put a clip up anyway.
Yeah, you've got to.
He has proper angry face. But the way they kind of just swing... these two have never used swords before. There's no way they're actually trained ninjas in the
Joe's
slightest.
not bad, to be fair.
I don't know, though.
When Joe... Look, there, right. There it was. Go back to it quickly.
Go on, show us these knives.
That was it then.
Fucking... I'm not surprised, though. They probably got them from fucking second-hand shop or they made the plastic or something.
I think that where they've been battering, smashing them against each other.
Yeah.
Like during the filming. It looks like a bread knife. It is that bad.
Oh.
But yeah, I think I think he handles it quite well because when he's spinning around, the sword is spinning around his hand, so he's not actually got a grip of it.
I don't know, at one point, though, like, Joe pokes his eyes out, and in the next scene, it looks like he's giving him a back massage. But then I think he gets him in a hold, and it looks like he's starting to massage his back, like he's
giving
him a back massage. Then he goes, you lost face. All right, then. But then this is the best bit of the whole film. He's about to kill him.
Yeah.
He's about to, like, mercy kill him or whatever. And then Frank comes over and he goes, no, Joe, you're a cop. And then it's like Joe just goes, oh, yeah, fuck, yeah, I forgot.
Shit, I've just been
walks off.
executing people left, right, and centre for the last hour and a half.
You fucking tell me now that you can't talk. You shot that fucking 12-year-old kid.
Yeah, and executed that guy,
Yeah.
slit his throat.
And then the bad guy stabs himself. And
Just as Frank tries to help him.
What's with that random zoom in?
Which one?
When fucking Shitty Hammer's dying on the floor, and it's like they get a handheld camera and just hold it in his face, like wiggling it like that. And it's like, as he's dying, he's just...
Oh, to make it more dramatic.
He didn't know. He just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because he was meant to kill himself using the like Bushido thing and what they call himself.
And then Joe travels back in time to Jennifer's birthday.
Yep.
Because they're down on the beach again.
Going for a swim.
Going for a swim again.
Yeah. Don't do any paperwork or anything, do they?
No.
Don't fill anything out. There's no backstory to anything. It's pretty much like that guy's killed himself.
No. We don't find out whether they had to go and hand in the guns or anything.
And that is the end of Samurai Cop.
Yeah.
It was good, though.
Now, like we say, right, this film, it's such a weird one. It's so badly done. Every part of the filming process is bad.
Yes.
But that's what makes it's the most unintentional comedy I've ever seen in my life. You're not laughing with the film, you're laughing at it.
Yes.
But that's the best part of it.
Yeah.
Because everything's just so shit.
Like you say, it's meant to be done properly.
Yeah.
Meant to have been taken serious when they were filming it.
Yeah.
Everything was meant to have been done right. But because they've done so bad of a job doing it, it makes it a comedy.
It's literally a porno that they forgot to film the sex scenes in.
Yeah. Should we do the clip quiz?
Yeah, do the clip
Let's get it started.
So you mean the old undercover cop has to go it alone?
I'm not going with you.
His breathing does my head in.
So what are you gonna do? You gonna ride off into the sunset?
I'll go where I'm needed. I don't have a home anymore.
We did it, partner.
We did it.
We took them all down,
Did it, man.
including that son of a bitch who killed Jennifer. Take care, my brother.
No.
Don't be a stranger.
Now, my guess is the second one of this.
Samurai Cop 2.
Yeah.
You got that right?
Thank you. That was my guess because obviously it's Frank and what's it, but when they mention, as soon as they mention Jennifer,
Yeah.
and I know she's not in the next film because, as I mentioned, this is the only film she ever did, that actress.
True.
So put 2 and 2 together.
Right.
And to be honest, like I say, their back catalogue, there's fuck all in it.
To be honest with you, I was going to do Tango and Cash originally,
I thought that's the one you might do with the other guy.
but it would be too obvious.
Yeah. But then
It's
when they
awful.
mentioned when you mentioned Jennifer, I was like, yeah.
Okay, we've got some awards to give
Yes.
this steaming pile of
Of fun times.
fun times. Okay, if you want to play along and you want to join in, you could email us on,
6andbelowpodcast@gmail.com
or let us know down below in the comment section.
if you're on YouTube.
Don't forget, 5-star rating, thumbs up, everything much
Yeah.
appreciated. If you are
Thank
new to
you.
the channel as well, hit that subscribe.
Yes.
Don't miss out on our future fun content.
We try to release every week.
Yeah.
Sometimes skip a week, but we try to release a week. And we've got a back catalogue now of over 30 films we've done. So
Yeah.
enjoy.
Getting there, mate, aren't we?
Lots of hours of content for you to enjoy.
Exactly. And before I do forget as well, we've got Discord. If you want to join the Discord group, it is down in the show notes. And also, if you are on YouTube, if you head over to the community section, we'll go put what film is due to be released, also what film we're going to be doing next.
Yes.
So then if you want to play along, you can put your comments in there as well.
What film are we doing next?
Game on Man.
Oh, is that this week's one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, right. Okay.
So it's on Netflix, free
Yeah.
of charge to watch. So,
Well,
join in.
if you've got a Netflix account.
oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
So the awards we are giving out, we have got the best actor, worst actor, best character, worst character, Hot Baby Award, and 3 things you enjoyed about the film,
Yes.
along with your personal rating out of 10.
Yes.
Okay,
Right, should we get on with it? King Kong Award.
King Kong.
Yeah, that's right. You better walk away. Go on, walk away, because I'm going to
Here he
burn
is,
this
King Kong.
motherfucker down.
Oh,
King Kong
Ain't
ain't
got
got
shit.
shit on me.
let me go first.
Yeah.
So the one I've got is the guy who plays the bad samurai. I can't remember his name. Shitayama. The guy who was in Tango and Cash.
Yeah.
Although he
Got a
was
bit
he was
bizarre.
he was probably the best actor out of all of them.
Right.
Do you not reckon?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but
He
I've had to-
he seemed like the most kind of seasoned actor out of all of them. Like he seemed like the only one that hadn't just walked onto the set.
No, do you know what? Yeah, I'll go for that. You're
Yeah.
right.
Who did you have?
Him.
You never. Who did you have?
I went for him.
You didn't,
I went for Joe originally.
did you? But no, if you watch him in his scenes and stuff like
No,
that,
he
he
was,
does seem
yeah.
like the most. Like he was, I don't know.
To be fair,
He was quite good at giving his dialogue and stuff like that.
yeah, the thing what put me off him a little bit, because they did dub him quite a lot as well.
Yeah.
And that kind of puts me off now when people's voices get dubbed. The only person that didn't really get any dubbed over it, you'd notice, was Joe.
Yeah.
So that's why I went for him originally. Worst actor, a.k.a. the Golden Seagull.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
That's right, Golden Seagull. Who have you gone for?
The boss man. The mullet, Mr. Mullet.
Oh, Mr. Mullet.
He was just terrible.
I'm the worst actor.
I went for Steve. He was just coats off his face.
Yeah, it was a close second. To be honest, I was just going to put everyone. But the standouts were definitely Dave, who was either Steve, sorry, he was either nervous as fuck or coked up. He was definitely on something.
Mate, it's Joe swinging. It's like, no, Joe, I won't get anybody in there.
No, it's like his eyes were just red and he was just sweating. He was like, no, I swear to God, Joe. He was either coked up,
Yeah.
terrified,
Yeah.
or really, really nervous, or all three.
All 3 probably.
It's almost like they said to him, fuck up your lines and I'm going to kill you.
Yes.
Worst
Worst character.
character. The waiter.
Yeah.
I don't even know why he was in the film.
Do you know what? I'm changing mine to him.
It
Yeah.
was yours.
Police chief.
Was it?
Yeah.
Mine was between him and the lawyer.
Yeah. The waiter. Yeah.
the
100%,
waiter.
mate. The
Yeah.
waiter. He was bloody awful.
Who was your best character?
Best character. I've gone for Frank.
I've gone for Frank.
Hey, do you know what? We've
Yeah.
done all right today, haven't we?
Yeah. Woo! How much are we doing?
I don't know. I can't reach you. You're too
I
far
know.
away.
Shall I do the 3 things I like?
Hot babe.
Oh, hot babe, Jennifer.
I've gone for Peggy.
Have you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking Peggy all the way through until I seen Jennifer in the bikini.
Yeah. But then you didn't really see much of Peggy, did you?
No,
No, I mean,
but Peggy was so wet though. You probably would.
that's what I was probably going towards. It's like, she's wet and ready.
Yeah, she really is.
Oh,
the 3 things I like.
Going to hell.
I love the faces that Frank pulls into the camera.
Yeah.
I thought they were hilarious. Ooh.
Random, though.
I think they'd make really good memes.
Yes.
I think they would. I think they're like meme ready.
I'm sure there's plenty out
They
there.
probably are. They're probably some we come across and we're not realising that where they were from.
There's a meme already, isn't there, when it says, "What's Katana mean?" What does Katana mean?
Japanese sword. It means Japanese sword, Frank. I like the shitness / unintentional comedy of it.
Yep.
It's one of the funniest films I've seen in a while that just wasn't meant to be funny. And then the final one, I've got to mention it, the wig.
The wig.
The wig. The wig
So-
needed its own cast listing. It needed headline.
I put number 3, the
Yeah.
wig.
Yeah.
Just pure comedy.
Just the wig, yeah.
Right. 2, I like the way they changed scenery several times during the fights and didn't even try to hide it.
Yeah.
It's like, just roll with it. Like,
Just fuck it.
go with it. And then number 1, it was so bad, it was good.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what I was saying. This is what I was like for American Ninja.
The thing is,
Because
though,
I didn't take American Ninja serious. You did.
see, I didn't like American Ninja at all. That was you. The way you were explaining that film to me was kind of like this.
Yeah.
Like I was expecting to go in, but it wasn't. I think that took itself too well. This one takes itself serious, but it was better than this in the sense of the pacing, the
pulled it off
locations, and so on.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. It was American Ninja was filmed by someone slightly competent.
A little bit, yeah.
This one was filmed by someone who just didn't know what the fuck they were doing and had probably never done a film before in their life. Is the impression I got.
With $7 grand.
Even
budget,
so,
though.
the director and writer, this was the last film he did. He had done other films before this, quite a few,
Oh, was it?
but they were all shit. They're all like kind of films you get late at night on some shitty little like Hallmark channel or some bollocks, that no one watches.
Do you remember them old DVDs back in the day where it used to be 4 shit films on one CD?
Yeah.
It was like them.
They're the type of films this guy was doing, like films that no one watches. Like it's like he was too shit to be in porn, so he did these, that type of thing.
What's
But
your rating out of 10?
I'm gonna be kind of generous with it. I'm gonna say 5.5.
Do you know what?
I think it still should be on our list,
Yep.
but
So, if I was rating it as a serious film and they was meant to be doing it the way they have, I would have put it as like 2.
oh yeah, if it was a
But
serious film, it'd be
The
like
way it turned out and how much I enjoyed it, I put 5.4.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
I'd have to absolutely 100% agree with you with that.
Yeah. Where are you going to go put it?
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm sorry, but it is.
You've got to go see it.
It's. Don't get me wrong, guys. It's an absolute shit film, but it knows what it is, and you will just watch it and you will laugh. Just laugh at it. Don't laugh along with it. Laugh at it. Just laugh. Just see how many stupid fucking things you can point out as you're going through.
Yep.
There's so many ways you can watch this film. Like we mentioned, you could watch it as a drinking game. Like have a shot every time you see a mullet or you see the wig or like I don't know, Frank pulls a stupid face.
Just imagine if you're like really stoned
Yeah.
or
It would
on
just-
psychedelics.
I mean,
You'd be like,
but or you can even use it just get some friends round and say, "Oh, I found this amazing film." Bring it up and just put it on and just watch the reaction. There's so many uses for it, and it's just an absolute unintentional comedy. It's weird because usually when I'm doing these films, I watch them like 2 or 3 times in the week, and even the second time I watch it, I was just noticing more. Like there's things with like the motel and stuff like that. I only noticed them on my second watch. I didn't notice it on the first. But I'm just there and I'm just like, something will happen. I'll go, what? Why is he wearing a wig? Oh, his wig's come off. Oh, why is the scenery changed? Why is the camera changed? Were they there? You're trying to decipher what the hell was going through their head as they filmed this, and that's the good thing of it. So I'm sorry, but it's got to be a must see.
Must see.
Yeah,
100%.
I hope I've explained it enough as to why.
Definitely.
But yeah, when it wears off in a couple of weeks' time, I'll probably be sat here going, "Why is that on must see?"
Then you watch it again, and then you'll be like, "That is why."
But yeah, it's. I never thought I'd be saying this for a film like this, but yeah, I'm sorry, but you've got to go away and watch it. It's free on YouTube. Just search Samurai Cop on YouTube. You'll see it there, the full film. Just watch it and just laugh. And please, when you have, leave us a comment and let us know what you thought, if we've made the right choice.
I think we've brought a little golden nugget to the table.
I think so, but I can see why it got a second one, and I can see why it made a bit of a resurgence because. Just think of a bad movie.
Especially 15 years later, it got popular.
It just, to be honest, I haven't laughed so hard at something, and it's just like, it's just fucking stupid. It's got everything, cheesiness, shit. Like I mentioned at the beginning, the filming's shit, the sound shit.
Yeah, the actors didn't want to be there.
The actors are shit. The dialogue shit. Everything in it is shit, but combined makes something that's worth watching. Yeah, a shitty masterpiece. Congratulations, guys, because you I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you made something that bad be that funny, unintentionally.
Right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Okay.
So join us next week for what was it again?
Game on, man.
Game over, man.
Game over, man. Yeah.
Game over, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So, right. Well, if you made it to this far towards the end, please like, subscribe. If you're on Spotify, leave that 5-star review. And thanks again. If you made it to the end, you're an absolute star.
Yeah. Thanks very much.
And yeah,
I've been Darren.
I've been Erik.
And this is Six and Below Movie Podcast.
Take care, guys.
Bye bye.